Recording in progress.
A pleasant and wonderful Tuesday morning, everyone. Before we start, may I ask everyone to please give us a quick like or thumbs up so that we would know that you can hear me crystal clear. Wonderful. There you go. Thank you very much for your responses. To start our today's program, may I request everyone to put ourselves in the most mighty and holy presence of our Lord Jesus Christ. Dear Almighty and ever-loving God, we glorify and thank Thee, your name. You have showered us with so much blessings, and your presence continuously remind us of your faithfulness and guidance. These may we humbly ask you to shower our speaker today of your greatest inspiration, so that he may share the most of his knowledge, heart, and soul to his topic. May we also absorb We pray that you bless all the committees in charge, that they may be able to fulfill their task responsibly, and that the objectives they have set may all be achieved. Your infinite blessing would mean the success of this training. May we be a living witnesses of your genuine love through the enactment of the knowledge acquired through this activity. We ask these in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Amen. Once again, a blessed Tuesday morning to everyone, and this is your facilitator, Monica Marie Sevilla from the Capacity Development Division, and welcome to the second day of the online training for the Municipal Local Government Units on Government Procurement Reform Act, or the Republic Act number 9184 and its 2016 revised implementing rules and regulations, batch 9. Brought to you, of course, by none other than the Government Procurement Policy Board Technical Support Office. But before we dive in today's lecture proper, let us first boost our energies by doing an online Zumba. But since we cannot actually do an actual Zumba all together physically, we prepared or we picked a short Zumba-like exercise in a sitting position. So let us start our Tuesday by shaking our sleepy selves off by following the video that we shall be flashing in your screens. And on that note po, may we request everyone to please open our cameras po, para naman makita natin ang inyong mga dance moves. But for those who cannot open their video cameras, probably because of connectivity issues po, it's okay. But we really do encourage everyone po to please join us, because it helps po to somehow shake everything off before we actually start filling in our notes again with our today's lecture. And for our Facebook Live viewers, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. We also encourage all of you po to join us in this online Zumba.
Oh, take it down. It's up, up, take it down, take it down. Up, up, take it down, up, up. One side, out, in, change, out, in, good, out. We're gonna keep the feet the same, add the arms. Push, pull it in, push, pull it in, change. We're gonna have a nice easy sway. Snap it, We're gonna get ready to cross our shoulders. It's gonna be nice and easy, trust me. Here we go. It is cross, shoulders, swag it out. Cross, shoulders. Looking like an angel, but you're savage, love. When you kiss me, I know you don't get to, but I still punch it up. Up, take it down, up. You could use me. Start from the top. Out, in, change. Easy sway. Feel it. We're gonna go back to that cross. Here we go. Cross, shoulders, rock, rock. Cross, shoulders, rock, rock. When you kiss me, I know you don't get to, but I still punch it up. Good. Work it, work it. You could use me. Knee lift. Slow. Slow. We're gonna cross. Good. Punch it up. Wind it down.
Thank you very much po sa lahat ng nag-participate. Of course, special mention po, I saw LGU La Paz, LGU Bordeos, and LGU Irosin. Thank you very much po. It shows that our participants are really and truly vivacious and spirited to join us in this virtual event. Maraming salamat po, ma'ams and sirs. So we can only imagine po kung nasa physical event po tayo. It would probably a good view to watch all of us dancing and just having fun before we start diving into the more serious part of the program. But because of our present situation po, we adapt to changes, and we are glad to still virtually see all of you here joining us, enjoying, because truly in TSO, hashtag we make things happen. Now, at this point, before we dive in the actual lecture proper, you might probably know the drill po. Of course, let us first have our early bird awardees for today. So congratulations po to our first early bird participant from LGU Lemery, Batangas, Miss Joynalyn Magsino. Congratulations, ma'am. And for our second early bird participant, from LGU Caraga, Davao Oriental, Miss Lynette Ibanez Francisquete. I hope I pronounced your surname, ma'am, correctly. So congratulations po. So once again po, our event secretariat shall coordinate with you on how you may claim your special token. Also, please, just a few reminders lang po before we actually start with the lecture proper. Just please accomplish po the participants' daily attendance, day 2, by clicking the link provided as well by the GPPBTSO Event Secretariat, as this will be part po of the requirements for the provision of your respective certificate. So rest assured that all information provided shall be treated with utmost discretion and confidentiality. At this juncture, allow me to have a quick recap lang po of our yesterday's learning sessions, where we officially opened our program po, where our Executive Director, Attorney Rowena Candice M. Ruiz, welcomed all of us in this week-long virtual event, exclusively, of course, for the municipal local government units nationwide. Immediately afterwards, we jumped right through our lecture proper, where we had 2 meaningful and productive learning sessions in Government Procurement 101 and on the efficient procurement measures, simplified posting and electronic submission of procurement reports, procurement updates, policies, and innovations, led, of course, by our resource speaker, Ms. Leslie Canyafranca. Today, I am particularly excited po, because we are going to jump right through our learning session 3, where we will be having an entire session on procurement planning and budget linkage, including early procurement activities. So enough of me blabbing around po, without further ado, it is with great pleasure to introduce to you this learning session's resource speaker. Our resource speaker for today describes himself as goal-oriented and as one who values family and work. He exemplified this description as he graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Accountancy from the Ateneo de Zamboanga University and a Bachelor of Laws from the Western Mindanao State University. Joining us today, the Regional Director of the Department of Budget and Management, Regional Office 9, and a GPPB recognized speaker. Please welcome Director Mark Louis Martin.
Well, thank you for that very kind introduction, Monique. And good morning to all our participants. Kasama po natin yung pong mga very active and dynamic staff of the GPPBTSO. Sina Monique, sina Ma'am Jo, good morning po sa inyong lahat. Buenas dias a todos. Magandang umaga po, all over the Philippines. This is our 9th batch na ba ito, Monique? This is our 9th batch, no?
Yes, sir.
Medyo
lapit na po.
lapit na tayong matapos. But then again, this is a good venue for you to learn, particularly on the updates on our procurement laws, rules, and regulations. And this morning, I will be discussing with you the topic on procurement planning, as well as some updates on the conduct of early procurement. Sige, let me first share my screen. Okay. Ayan. Ma'am Monique, just to if the slides are already on screen, just want to confirm. And
yes, sir.
Pati yung audio ko kung clear ba kasi meron akong nabasa.
Yes, sir.
kanina.
Very clear po an hour in.
Wala daw audio. Baka sa internet connection niya, no? May
You can also ask our participants, sir, if they can hear you clearly.
Yes. Pa-thumbs up naman dyan. Okay. Okay na daw. Yung kanina na nag-chat from
Yes.
LGU, ano ba yan?
Sapian.
Sapian.
Yes.
No? Ayan. So at
Yes
least okay na si sir, no? Sige, let's proceed, no? So as I mentioned earlier, my
All right, go ahead, sir.
Focus more on procurement planning, and we'll also discuss some part of the early procurement activities, and towards the end, I will also discuss yung simplified procedure in the submission of procurement reports, and this time it will be done through electronic means. Okay? Sige. Okay, wala. Yeah. So this will be the outline of my presentation. No? I will run through what will be our objectives, no? What will be the expectations after the sessions. Then concepts on procurement planning. Yung pangatlo, yung procurement planning and the budget linkage. Now we will look into where does procurement planning fit in our budget cycle. Basic principles on the conduct of market study. This is very important because yung pag-conduct ng procurement planning requires input coming from our market, suppliers, no, in terms of price, yan, meron natang nagsasound na iba, pa-off na lang po ng inyong audio. Yan. Sige. So yung I will discuss shortly to you yung pong basic principles on the conduct of market study, okay, as an input to procurement planning. And then we will discuss yung pong preparation of the project procurement management plan, and thereafter yung pong annual procurement plan, which is basically the consolidation of the project procurement management plan. Okay. So these are the two documents that are considered the output in your procurement planning effort. So we really need to come up with these two documents, the PPMP and the APP. And yung number 7 and number 8, although they are not really part of procurement planning, but I will discuss these two because these are important or essential reform to our procurement systems. You would know that more on that later as I go on with my slides. Okay. So this will be our module objectives. No, by the end of the module, the participants are expected to apply and incorporate the fundamentals of procurement planning. So I hope I will be able to relate to you the important points and knowledge on procurement planning. And also understand the basic principles of market research, okay, and identify relevant procurement projects with proper budget allocation within the given timeline. So, yun po yung importante that before we conduct actual procurement, we must be able to come up with our procurement plans, no? The PPMP and the APP. So, yun po yung requirement under the rules. Okay, so yan po ay ating i-discuss mamaya in detail. Okay? Yeah. Now, when we say procurement planning, okay, tandaan niyo po itong definition na ito ng procurement planning. It merely refers to a process. So, basically, procurement planning is the process of identifying which project needs can be best met by procuring products or services, no, within the project organization. So kumbaga tayo as a project organization, we identify. So basically yun yung process in identifying the kung anong project needs, okay, that can be best met through the conduct of procurement. Okay, so yun po yung procurement planning. Okay, now usually procurement planning is one of the most, perhaps this is one of the most neglected area in our procurement systems. No? Why? Because most agencies or procuring entities take the provisions on procurement planning lightly. No? Kasi nga, procurement plan, pwede namang palitan, pwede namang i-amend, pwede namang i-revise. So they just take the provisions on procurement planning lightly. So hindi talaga siniseryoso. Pangalawa is that if you look at Section 7, yan po yung legal basis on the conduct of procurement planning. Ang ating pong rules, there's not much that was written about procurement planning. Kumbaga, the procuring entities are given that flexibility to, like for example, the conduct of market research. Kumbaga, wala talagang hard and fast rule on that. No? The coming up of the tech specs, scope of work, in terms of preference, wala ding hard and fast rule on that. No? Kumbaga, it would really depend so much on the priority needs of the procuring entity. No? And therefore, because of this, as I've said, procurement planning was one of the most neglected area, because procuring entities just, prepare procurement plans for purposes of compliance. Not all procuring entities are really religiously, prepare procurement plan in a way that is what was required in the rules. No? Ang nakasaad sa atin pong rules that it should be meticulously and judiciously planned. Imagine the words used by the rules is that it should be meticulously and judiciously planned by the procuring entity. So, sabi ko nga, when we do procurement planning as a procuring entities, we need to sit down and really, do the requirements on procurement planning, that is to come up with the set of priorities, projects, programs, or activities that will be included in your procurement plan. Okay? So, tandaan po natin yan. Now, let me first define procurement. I know yesterday sa inyo pong session, ito ay na-define na ng ating pong resource person. But siguro yung definition na binigay ng inyong resource person was the legal definition. But I would want to share to you a more pragmatic definition of procurement. Okay. Procurement is just a process of selecting services from a supplier. So it could be services or products from a supplier who fits best the need. Again, I would want to underscore the word need. Okay? Kasi very important itong term na ito sa procurement planning. Kasi as procuring entities, we have our mandates, we have our kumbaga requirements in order for us to deliver the necessary services required from us by the constituents. Kumbaga, expectations yun ng constituents. So, in order for us to deliver this, we need to, select what are the products and services that are considered as, that is our, kumbaga, yan yung sinumpaan natin. We need to deliver services to our constituents. Also, it includes the process of selecting products and services that will provide value for money. Hindi po ibig sabihin na procurement, kumbaga, we just, kung sino yung pinakagusto natin na supplier, yun na. Hindi po ganon. There is still this what we call competition. There is this what we call competition in a way that the suppliers or the prospective bidders will have to compete. Okay, of course, without sacrificing the requirements that we provide no, ang pinaka main goal natin is yung pinakamababang presyo. The one that complies with the requirements and the lowest price. So that is what we call the lowest calculated and responsive, no, bidder. So value for money means operational efficiency. So this would mean that for every peso that we spend, no, it must have its way to benefit the procuring entity as well as the general public in terms of the provision of services. So kumbaga, yan po yung pinaka-pragmatic and limanized term of what procurement is. There is a need na kailangang punuan and we do procurement. No? And when we do procurement, we must always bear in mind that we get the most advantageous price on the part of the government. Okay, so that is procurement. Okay, now who are the players? I think yesterday na-discuss din ito, no? Players in the conduct of procurement. Dito naman sa procurement planning. So basically, these are the same personalities. No? Si Hope is the one who approves the annual procurement plan. Si Bids and Awards Committee is the one who is tasked to consolidate and of course, with the help of the BAC Secretariat, to consolidate the project procurement management plan into an annual procurement plan. No? And specifications, in terms of specifications, scope of work, or terms of reference. So, ang maglalagay po nun is si end user po, ha? Si end user ang pinagmulan ng lahat kasi in the end, he stands to benefit on the procurement transaction. No? Pangatlo is yung pong approved, not approved kasi at that time wala pang approved budget, no? The estimated budget rather, no? Or the costing, the cost of the procurement project, no? So yung cost ng procurement project ang mag-research po, maglalagay po ng amount, no? Provide po ng costing will be the end user, no? So the cost of the unit, say for example, if it's a product, the cost of other associated costs like freight charges, taxes, insurance, and so on. No, so all these things are to be considered by the end user alone, kasi siya po yung pinanggagalingan po lahat ng pangailangan ng procuring entity. Tapos meron po tayong technical working group. Ito po yung TWG. Hindi po itong ibig sabihin na mga taong walang ginagawa. Meron po silang ginagawa, no? Ito yung mga taong wagas kung gumawa. So technical working group, they assist the Bids and Awards Committee, no? In finalizing yung pong mga technical specifications, scope of work, terms of preference that are initially provided by the end user. Now, the technical working group also may be or maybe tasked to assist, no, by the BAC. Kasi karamihan sa mga end users, wala po talaga tayong alam, no? Alam natin na ito kailangan natin, but in terms of coming up with tech specs, scope of work, terms of preference, medyo dehado tayo doon. Like ako, for example, I'm an end user. Kung bibili ako ng IT equipment, for example, wala talaga akong alam sa IT because that's not my line of or my field, no? So kailangan kong humingi ng tulong sa technical working group. So pwede po akong humingi ng tulong. But in the end, just to relate it with the end user, it's really the end user who will provide for the initial specs and the costing. Okay? So tumutulong po si technical working group kasi sila po ay merong knowledge on the procurement. Okay? Si budget office naman, bakit napunta si budget office dyan? No? Napunta si budget office kasi nga when we do procurement planning, later on malalaman natin, no, na idadovetail natin yan doon sa budget cycle natin. Si budget office merely checks the budget levels. So kumbaga, once we prepare our project procurement management plan, a copy of which is given to the budget office or the budget officer, just to check consistency with the budget levels of the unit. Okay? If it is within the budget levels, then po pwedeng nang isama yon sa annual procurement plan. Okay? So take note that si Budget Office will not approve. Wala po siyang approval na level, no? Kasi ang approval nandun po kay Hope. Si Budget Office will just have to check in terms of the consistency of the requirements. Okay? So yun lang po yung roles and responsibilities nila. So ito po yung Philippine procurement paradigm, no? All throughout my discussion, babalik-balikan natin ito, no? It will start on the needs analysis and it will end up doon sa needs satisfaction. So yung needs analysis, no? Of course, as procuring entities, as units in the LGUs, no, departments, offices, may mga pangangailangan po yan. And in order for us to identify it, no, we need to conduct a sort of a market study. It could be also a feasibility study, no, if in case needed, or cost-benefit analysis whenever we are confronted when we choose in between 2 or 3 alternatives. No? And these needs are to be incorporated in our PPMP, or the Project Procurement Management Plan. Okay. By the way, there are 4 quadrants, no? Yung identify, assess, procure, and implement. In these 4 quadrants, yung procurement, actual procurement, nangyayari po sa quadrant 3. So if you notice, there is only 25%. That accounts to only 25%. Okay. But the bulk of the work is basically nasa quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. Yung quadrant 1 and quadrant 2, yan po yung stage on the conduct of procurement planning. Okay? Pero yun nga, sabi ko, for each quadrant, may mga different roles and po yung ating mga players in the procurement. Okay? Dito po sa identification, diyan po papasok sa end user. Siya po ang mauna. Okay? Kasi siya po ang pinanggagalingan ng lahat, no? Yung costing, yung ating pong mga technical specs, sa kanya po siya po ang magkakandak niyang lahat, no? Whenever necessary. Okay. Tapos pagdating sa quadrant 2 is on consolidation, coming up with a strategy on how to package procurement. Okay? Yung mga similar procurement into one. Kay BAC yun, papasok doon si BACSEC at saka si TWG, no? And then come up with a consolidated version of an annual procurement plan and transmit it to the Hope for the approval, no? Prior to the conduct of the procurement, which is nasa quadrant 3. And number 4 is on implementation as well as execution of contracts, no? As well as payment. Okay, so yan po yung ating Philippine procurement paradigm. Babalik-balikan po natin siya later. Just to share with you, this is based on the study, no, conducted, no, on the procurement practices of the national government agencies initially, no, hindi pa kasama sa LGU at that time nung lumabas itong result na ito. Based on meron kasing pinalabas na tool, yung assessment tool, si GPPB, no? Yung pong tinatawag na Agency Procurement Compliance and Performance Indicator System. This tool will assess the procuring entities' procurement practices, yung systems and procurement practices niya. Malalaman natin doon saan tayo mataas, saan tayo mababa. Of course, yung mga mababa, yung focus natin. And lumabas doon po sa atin pong result noon sa APCPI that 50% which contribute to the delays and failure of the bidding accounts to lack or poor planning. Okay. So 50%, ang laki, no? And yung 50% na yan is divided into 11% for poor cost estimates. Okay, yung pong pagkagawa or pag-prepare ng costing ay talagang hindi akma doon rin sa paggawa ng pag-formulate and craft ng technical specs. Kumbaga, itong 11% and the 17% are actually related, no? And lastly, yung 22%. Yung 22% yung kung end users late submission of the purchase request. Well, there's only one reason for not submitting a purchase request. It's possible that the end user really did not need that particular item. Kasi di ba, pagka may procurement plan tayo, kasama doon yung milestone activities, yung schedule kung kailan dapat ma-ready na yung procurement, ganun. So dapat alam na end user kailan niya i-request. Bakit hindi siya nagre-request? So it's possible na hindi talaga niya need. So kung hindi niya need, kumbaga nilagay-lagay lang niya yun doon for purposes na, kasi malalaman natin later on, yung ating procurement plan pala is a supporting document to our budget proposal. So para maging bloated yung budget proposal natin, maglagay na lang tayo ng kahit kung ano-ano dyan sa ating pong procurement plan. So it's possible na gano'n. Hindi niya nire-request kasi hindi naman talaga niya kailangan. So I think, nandun pa rin yan sa procurement planning na aspect. So all others naman ay medyo hindi naman ganun kalaki, no? Except for yung low number of bidders, siguro in isolated areas, in yung mga areas there are also like sa mga LGUs, no? Yung sa mga nasa province, no? Kukunti lang po talaga yung bidders. And mind you, there are some bidders that are owned also by politicians, or owned by some of the employees of the LGU itself. Then they are automatically disqualified to participate. So yan yung isa sa mga problem din. And I hope mariresolve yan siya with the use of the technology, no, through the PhilJEPs, because when we post our bid opportunity, we are no longer limited to the bidders within our municipality or within our LGU. All other bidders outside our LGU can also participate should they intend to participate and should they think that they are eligible to participate. Okay. So yan po yun. But ang pinaka-focus ko dito is yung planning, no? Yan po yung i-discuss natin. That's why meron po tayong slides later on cost estimation and po yung sa formulation of tech specs. Titingnan po natin yan later on. Okay? Actually, just to share with you, meron pong separate modules talaga si GPPBTSO on cost estimation and tech specs. And I hope sa mga succeeding trainings ninyo, maisama natin itong dalawang modules na ito, no? Kasi talagang ang focus talaga ngayon ni GPPBTSO is to capacitate our procurement practitioners on procurement planning, kasi ito talaga yung nalileft behind, no? Ito yung parang sige lang, for compliance na lang. So we wanted to imprint on the procuring entities that procurement planning is very important, no? Yung success ng atin pong conduct ng actual procurement is dependent so much on how we are able to plan ahead. That's why kailangan mag-focus tayo dito kasi there are a lot of benefits na makukuha when we conduct procurement planning. Okay? Now, as I mentioned, no, babalik-balikan natin yung Philippine procurement paradigm. So, nasaan ba yung procurement planning na area? Ito po, yung quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. Nandyan po, no? Yung pag-identify ng need at saka pag-assess, yung how to consolidate and to package, no? That is basically procurement planning, no? 50% of the Philippine procurement paradigm. So, kaya kapag ka nag-fail po yung ating procurement, huwag po nating kaagad isisi sa Bids and Awards Committee. Normally kasi, we point immediately our fingers to the back. It is not always right to point doon sa Bids and Awards Committee. Kasi baka tayo mismo as end user, meron po tayong kasalanan. Part po tayo doon sa process, no? Yung pag-identify ng need, no? Yung pag-provide ng requirements in terms of the initial specifications and the costing. Yung end user po ang gagawa nun. Okay. So, nagawa ba natin yun? Okay. So, So somehow we point kaagad kay Vincent, hindi na naman ito yung in-order ko. Hindi, ano bang nilagay mo sa requirements, di ba? Babalik namin kaagad yung tanong sa end user, ano bang nilagay mo sa specification? Di ba? So yun, kaya nga we always hammer to this idea na dapat meron pa, hindi lang ito idea, but this is a policy under the rules that we really need to take procurement planning seriously. Hindi po yung just for compliance lang. So tandaan po natin yan. Malaki po ang epekto ng if we are able to plan ahead. Sabi nga nila, di ba, if we ano ba yan? Yung if we kalimutan ko. Yung bang if we fail to plan, if we fail to plan, then we plan to fail. Ganun ba yun? Kalimutan ko. Sige, anyway. Procurement planning, by the way, na-mention ko na kanina, no? It's the process of determining which project needs can be best met by procuring products and services within the procurement organization. Di po ba? Yan po yung procurement planning. Now, this is a process to determine, himay-himayin ko yung na-mention ko kanina, no? This is a process to determine basically what to buy. Okay. So, ano ba yung needs the procuring entity that can be best met by procuring products and services within the procurement organization? Well, what to buy? And how many do you need? What are the details in terms of tech specs, scope of work, terms of preference? What is the cost? Okay, that is the initial estimate. When do you need it? Milestone activities, no? And of course, last, how would you source it? Okay, magkakanda ka ba ng public bidding, competitive bidding, alternative methods of procurement, or what rules are you going to follow when you need to conduct your procurement? Okay? So yan po yung procurement planning. So ito pong lahat ng mga tanong na ito, masasagot po doon sa form. Meron kasi tayong form na ginagamit in identifying ito pong what to buy, how many do you need, what are the details. Meron po tayong form, yung pong tinatawag na project procurement management plan. Nandun po ito, nakapaloob po ito sa form na yon, no? So we will discuss that, no, yung form later. Okay? Okay. Now, what are the objectives? No? By the way, Ma'am Monique, okay pa rin po ba tayo?
Yes, Director. Apo.
Okay pa? Sige.
Apo.
Okay, sige. Let me proceed. No? I will just cue in later if we will have a short break. Magbe-breaks tayo kasi mahirap din yung tayo harap sa screen. So, we'll have short breaks later. I will just cue in kung kailan. Okay? Sige. So, ano ba yung objectives? Ano ba yung mga benefits? Okay? In conduct of procurement planning. Well, first is we can schedule in advance. So, if we can schedule in advance, then we are able to manage. Okay? We are able to manage yung funding or yung budget. And we are also to manage yung pong pag-execute or pag-pursue ng project. Okay? Kasi nandun nakapagplano tayo. Ensures that overall goals are achieved effectively and efficiently. Okay? So yung pong mga goals natin, public financial management goals like operational efficiency, fiscal discipline, and allocative resources. No? Okay? And then precludes unnecessary purchases and circumventions. No? Of course, pinaka-main objective natin dito is we will reduce, if not eliminate, yung pong COA findings or disallowances on procurement. Tinitingnan po ng Commission on Audit yan. Okay? One example is pagka tayo ay nangutang, di ba? Kapag tayo ay nangutang, that is a red flag already on the part of the Commission on Audit kasi nga nangutang tayo, meaning identified yung supplier natin. Okay? Hindi tayo nagkandak ng bidding kasi nangutang tayo, di ba? So, if we were able to plan, then hindi sana mangyayari yun. Okay. And therefore, maiwasan sana natin yung COA findings. And lastly, value for money, yung pong fit to the purpose. Okay? Ano ba yung need na pangangailangan? Ano ba yung pangangailangan ni end user unit? Yun din ang naibigay. And of course, the most advantageous price. Okay? Yeah. So there are a lot of challenges in procurement planning. Okay? I will just mention 3. Ang first is, hindi tayo nagkakandak ng market study. Which dapat ginagawa, no? Kasi nga, yung market study, yung results nun, information or data that we gather during the conduct of market study ay magiging input na doon sa ating procurement plan. Okay? Also yung cost-benefit analysis. No? Kasi there are a lot of alternatives. No? And taking into consideration yung pong advances in technology. Okay? May mga ganong bagay kasi, no, na yung ipoprocure sana natin ay ma-overtaken na pala ng technology. So we need to consider that. Okay? So this is a challenge kasi usually hindi talaga tayo nagkakandak. No? So kung wala tayong input, wala tayong conduct na market study, wala tayong input sa ating procurement plan. And therefore, what is the result? So garbage in, garbage out yan. So this is really a challenge. Okay? Second is ito pong proposed projects set in the project procurement management plan, not planned oftentimes thought of after the budget is enacted. This is case where yung pong ating pong specifications are necessarily formulated to fit a certain budget. Okay. Kumbaga, dapat sana baliktad, no? Dapat ito yung requirements namin. Ito yung pangailangan, ito yung needs. So ito yung dapat na punduhan. Okay. So ang ginawa natin, doon sa ating project procurement management plan, naglagay lang tayo ng kahit ano-ano na lang. Kahit di naman talaga need nung unit na yon. Then nung na-approve yung budget, saka pa tayo gumawa ng revised procurement plan, saka pa natin finit doon sa budget na na-approve. Yun, isa sa mga challenge talaga. Kasi nga, ang nangyayari for compliance yung submission ng procurement plan. Okay. And third, which is one of the most important area, kasi kaya hindi tayo nakakagawa ng procurement plan because of this. Wala tayong training or wala tayong experience on how to formulate yung pong specifications, terms of reference, scope of work. Hindi natin alam paano gawin yun. Kaya nga, na-mention ko kanina, mayroong 2 module na ginawa. No? There are 2 modules that were introduced by the GPPB and this will be part of the subsequent training siguro ninyo in the future. No? Na really focus more on how to prepare the specifications and come up with a good specification and scope of work terms of reference. Kahit kami, ganun din, isa sa mga ano namin yun, deficiency. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng end users alam paano gawin yung specifications. So that's why we resort to our technical working group. Pwede ba kayong tumulong? So tutulong sila, just provide information. Especially on the available sources that from which information are gathered, no? Like pwedeng kumuha sa internet, pwedeng yung mag-canvas talaga, no? So yun, as I've said, this is still a challenge, but I hope makakatulong po itong discussions natin subsequent to in the succeeding slide in the conduct of procurement planning. Okay? Yan. So what are the effects in procurement? Of course, the effects will be failure of bidding. There will be delays in procurement and ineffective procurement. Okay? Failure, of course, kasi kung hindi tayo nakapagplano, yun. That is mataas yung probability. Delays in the procurement, kasi nga supposed to be at the start of the year, ideally, dapat nagka-award na lang tayo ng contract. Hindi tayo makakapag-award kasi nga, finifit in nyo pa yung requirements nyo doon sa approved budget. So, ang hirap naman nun. Kaya nga, sa start ng taon, kinakain yung first quarter. Normally, the first quarter and the second quarter, kinakain sa pagkandak lang ng procurement. No? Wala pa kayong nagagawa, no? Nagsisimula kayong magtrabaho or gumawa ng mag-implement ng projects, nasa third to fourth quarter na. First and second quarter is normally done through providing for the requirements and conduct the bidding. So, kapag ka nag-delay, delay din yung services. So, yun. So, these are the effects. No? Kaya nga, sa procurement, we need to be proactive. Mamaya, didiscuss ko yung pong early procurement regime. Okay? Knowledge check po muna tayo, Mamunik, bago tayo mag-proceed. Just to check.
Yes, sir.
Doon po sa atin pong initial discussion kung meron po kayong nakuha. Ayan.
Yes, sir. Thank you po. At this point, we reached our first knowledge check question for today. But before that, may we remind our dear participants po to keep our microphones muted so as not to disrupt our lecture. All right? So again, we'll be flashing our knowledge check question through the Zoom polling feature. And all we have to do is choose the appropriate answer in the pop-up poll that shall be flashed in our screens. All right, so for our first knowledge check question, the question is, procurement planning is the process of identifying which project needs can be best met by procuring products and services within the project organization. Is this true or false? For our Facebook Live viewers, you may also drop your answers po through the Facebook Live comments section. Quick shout out lang po tayo, Director Martin po, to our Facebook Live viewers. Good morning po.
Yes, good morning. Good morning sa ating mga Facebook viewers.
We have Sir Noe Hermosilia from Northern Zamar. Good morning po, sir. We also have Ma'am Christina Gonzalez from Sual, Pangasinan. Thank you very much po for joining us. If you would like to be part of the official list of participants for our 10th and final batch next week, and for those interested to join po, exclusive of course to municipal local government units, you may still join us. Habol po tayo because registration is still open. All you have to do po is to register through the link that is pinned or shall be pinned by our very own Billy Bayong in our Facebook Live comments section. But just the same po, we are, thank you all very much for joining us today through our Facebook Live streaming. All right, Director Martin, I think we have the results.
Yes.
Our Zoom participants po, 97% of them po answered true, while 3% answered false.
Galing naman. Thank you so much sa mga sumagot. I also checked doon sa ating pong chat. Nandun, marami ding sumagot ng true. Tama po yun, no? True, di ba? I mentioned that many times that procurement planning is the process of identifying which project needs can be best met by procuring products and services within the procurement organizations. Kumbaga, yung process, the conduct of that on how to identify which needs can be best met by procuring products and services na ginagawa ng procurement organization or within the procurement organization is what we call procurement planning. So, yung sagot po doon ay true. So, doon po sa 3% na sumagot po ng false, sana nagkamali lang sila ng pindot. Alam ko merong prize ito later kung sino yung unang sumagot.
Yes, sir. We'll be watching out for our knowledge check prize question.
Siguro nagkamali lang sila.
Later on. Opo, sir. Or kaya, let's just have it this way. Baka po nagkaroon po ng connectivity issues, so baka hindi po masyadong narinig po. Also, we have answers po sa ating pong Facebook live streaming, sir. They answered true din po. So thank you very much for participating.
Yeah, thank you for participating our first knowledge check. Okay, let's proceed, no?
Yes, sir. We may now proceed po. I believe, sir, we have 20 slides for the next part of our lecture discussion.
Okay,
so,
sige, after siguro nito, no? After nito, we can have a short break. Okay?
Sure, sir. Opo, no problem.
After nung 20 slides ata yun, di ba? Mga 20 slides. Medyo madali lang naman ito. No? Okay? So, bago tayo mag-knowledge check uli, magna-knowledge check tayo, tapos we will have a break. Ganun na lang siguro. Sige. Sige, let me proceed with procurement planning and budget linkage. Okay? Now, tandaan po natin yung pong legal basis na mention ko na kanina, no? Nasa section 7 po yan. Yung pong conduct of procurement planning. No? Nakalagay po doon that all procurement shall be within the approved budget, of course, no? And should be meticulously and judiciously planned. I think I mentioned this earlier. No? If you look at the terms or the wordings of the rules, meticulously or judiciously planned, meaning to say you really need to sit down and, kumaga, dibdiban na ano ito na effort, no, of the procuring entity, no. It's like preparing your budget, no. Kaya ganun din yung procurement plan, kasi parang actually linked din sila, kasi nga yung procurement plan in the end will become your document, an input to your budget proposal later on. So that's why when you come up or formulate your procurement plan, it should be meticulously and judiciously prepared. Okay? So very clear po yan, na yan po dapat ang gagawin natin. It's just that some of the procuring entities are not really, or maybe some just take these provisions lightly. Okay? Hindi naman po iti-term or ganyan po yung pagkasulat niyan kung wala talagang intention yung framers na you really need to sit down and come up with a good procurement plan. Okay. So yan po. And take note that it must be always consistent with government fiscal discipline measures. So we can only include in the procurement plan those that are within the budget. Hindi pwedeng mas malaki yung nasa procurement plan mo, kukunti yung nasa budget mo. How are you going to implement that? Okay. The annual procurement plan shall include foreseeable emergencies. So since this is just a plan, then hindi mo naman talaga makikita lahat, kasi yung procurement plans are being prepared 1 year ahead. No? For example, next year, that's 2022. We are planning for 2022. No, kailan natin ginagawa yung procurement plan? At this year pa lang, 2021. Gumagawa na tayo ng procurement plans. Okay? So, and therefore, meron talagang hindi natin makikita, no? Sinasabi diyan, foreseeable. Nakikita mo, you know that this will happen, but you don't know when. Or you don't know what. Okay? Foreseeable, maaaring mangyari based on historical records, but hindi mo alam kailan and kung ano ang specific na emergency na yun. That's why we include a certain percent, siguro 2%, 1%, depende po sa procuring entity. Kung ano po yung based on historical records. You can include a certain lump sum. Okay? So hindi po siya naka-itemize doon sa APP, but it's a lump sum amount. Okay? Isang linya doon na one amount lang to cover foreseeable emergencies. Okay? Yan. And then also we only include only those that are considered crucial to the efficient discharge of our procurement, government functions. No, and normally we anchor this on our principal mandate. Okay, that is the first, and second, ano ba yung required services from you by the constituents. So from there, what are the needs, what are the inputs. So yung inputs na yon, these are usually regular transactions. No? Ano ba ang mga inputs nun? Mga bond paper, ball pen, sign pen, etc. No? So those that are required for the day-to-day operations of the procuring entity. Okay, so these are the only things that we include. Okay. Mamaya malalaman natin what are the other criteria or suggested parameters that we can use in identifying the needs. Kasi yun yung pinakaunang itatanong natin. Paano ko ma-identify yung needs? Titingnan ano bang ginagawa mo. Kung ikaw ay secretary ng director, edi ang ginagawa mo is bookings, Okay? Printing of memos. So, from there, makikita mo na ano yung needs ng end user unit na yun. Okay? Yan. So, take note that under Section 7, no, 7.2 particularly, no procurement shall be undertaken unless it is in accordance with the approved annual procurement plan. So, dapat meron talaga tayong annual procurement plan that is approved by the HOPE or a second ranking designated for the purpose prior to the conduct of the procurement. Now, later on, you would know that there are two types of procurement plan. Okay? Meron tayong tinatawag na indicative procurement plan at saka yung final procurement plan. Yung indicative procurement plan, ito po yung piniprepare natin when we are at the budget preparation stage. So meaning wala pang approved budget. Kaya nga indicative ang tawag kasi hindi pa aprobado yung budget. Whereas yung final procurement plan na sinasabi ko, the moment na approve yung inyong budget, no, by virtue of an appropriations ordinance, you need to come up with a final procurement plan. Saan mo ba kinukuha yung final procurement plan? Doon sa iyong indicative procurement plan. Huhugutin mo lang kung alin doon ang hindi na slash, hindi na galaw pagdating sa approval ng inyong appropriations ordinance. Kasi it's possible kasi na maaaring may natanggal, may nagano. So, kailangan mong mag-come up or mag-finalize ng iyong procurement plan. Consistent with the approved budget. Okay? So, yan. So, kailangan lang the annual procurement plan must always bear the approval of the HOPE, okay, or the second ranking official. Now, this is where our Philippine procurement paradigm, as well as our budget cycle, no, meet, okay, or this is how we dovetail our procurement process with the local budget process. Okay. So alam naman natin, meron tayo sa LGU, 5 budget phases. No? We have the budget preparation, budget authorization, and budget execution phase. And I think alam nyo ito kung anong nangyari during budget preparation, budget authorization, budget execution. Meron pa tayong dalawa, yung budget accountability, which is on reporting, and budget review. No? Budget review is hindi naman to concern ng mismong LGU, but this is another concern. No? This is the review is done by a higher level LGU, no? O local sanggunian. Okay, so for example, for a municipality, it's the province, no, who will review their budget. No? But for this purpose, I just would want to emphasize with you, saan ba pumapasok si procurement plan? At which stage ba tayo nagkakandak ng procurement? Okay. So ang nakalagay po sa atin pong rules na upon the issuance of the budget call, which usually happen for the LGU, nangyayari yan sometime June or July. Okay. Gumagawa tayo ng budget proposal, di po ba? Yan po yung budget preparation phase. Okay. So that is where we prepare a budget proposal, we come up with our project procurement plan. But for LGUs kasi, di ba, yung LGUs, you already come up with your annual investment program as early from January to June. January to June or May, maybe, no? Yan po yung timeline niya. Gumagawa na tayo ng annual investment program, di ba? Fini-firm up natin yung mga projects, programs, projects, and activities in our annual investment program. Kasi yung annual investment program is an input to our budget process, no? So, basically, part na yun sa budget preparation phase. No? Kasi nga, merong plan and budget linkage. So, yung pag-prepare mo ng annual investment program is already part of the budget preparation phase. Okay? Now, so, in that phase also, pumapasok si procurement plan. Okay, for example, may sakang project doon, construction of road. So, ano yung plano mo in terms of the conduct of procurement? If this project will materialize and will be approved subsequently in the budget. So dapat i-integrate mo yan. Gagawa ka rin ng procurement plan for that. Kaya nga nandiyan, di ba? Nilagay ko po yung yung procurement paradigm natin. No? Yung identification, assess, procure, and implement. Okay? So, during budget preparation phase, yan, gumagawa po tayo ng project procurement management plan, and then we prepare the indicative procurement plan, no? Yun po yung consolidated version of the project procurement management plan, no? And during the budget preparation phase until the budget authorization phase, our procurement plan is still at the level yung pong tinatawag na indicative procurement plan. Hindi pa po siya final. Kasi nga, magkaka-final procurement plan lang tayo the moment there is an approved budget. Okay? So that's why makikita nyo po dyan yung pong budget prep phase and the budget authorization phase. No? Nasa procurement planning pa rin tayo niyan sa stages na yan. Magsisimula lang kasi yung budget, magsisimula lang po yung procurement during budget execution phase. This is what I'm trying to say na ideally by January is that meron na tayong approved budget. Okay? So ideally also that is also the start of our procurement activities. But tandaan mo, meron akong nilagay dyan, nakapula. Siguro hindi ito masyado pinapractice ng mga LGUs, but the national government is already doing this, no? Yung pong tinatawag na early procurement. Bakit early procurement? Kasi nga, nagkakanda ka ng procurement activities kahit wala pang approved budget, di ba? Ideally, di ba sabi ko yung approved budget na sa January? O bakit ka nagkakandak ng procurement kahit wala pang budget? Because that is allowed under the rules. Inalaw yan. Okay? So, pwede po tayong magkandak ng early procurement. The moment meron na pong local expenditure program. Ano ba itong local expenditure program? Yan po yung consolidated budget ni LGU. Yung tinatransmit natin sa sanggunian for purposes of deliberation. Yan po yun. So that is our basis for early procurement. And take note, kapag ka meron tayong local expenditure program, correspondingly, kasama po dyan yung pong annual procurement plan na tinatawag ko na indicative kasi nga wala pang approved budget. So pwede po tayong mag-conduct ng early procurement. Okay? Now, bakit meron pa rin procure? Sabi ko nga, ideally, sa budget execution talaga siya nangyayari. Sa early procurement kasi, there are only few instances that we can conduct via early procurement. So mamaya, I will discuss further, more on that later doon sa succeeding slides, yung detalye. Kasi hindi lahat ng procurement opportunities are to be conducted through early procurement. For logical reasons, obvious reasons na hindi. Like for example, emergency. Paano mo malaman na magka-emergency next year? Hindi mo pa alam yon. Paano mo malaman na magkalindol next year? Hindi mo alam what type of emergency that will happen. So, for obvious reason, hindi ka pwedeng makapag-conduct ng early procurement. So, meron po doon sa atin pong discussion later, may specific areas lang na pwede yung early procurement. Okay? Sige. Clear po dyan? Ayan. So, ito po yung paradigm again. Balikan natin. So, sino po ba yung mga responsible units sa Quadrant 1, Quadrant 2, Quadrant 3, and Quadrant 4 in relation doon sa na-present ko pong procurement process dovetailed with the budget process or the budget cycle. So si end user po, siya po yung mag-identify ng need. Sa assessment, si BAC, si HOPE, si BACSEC, and budget office for consistency lang naman yung chine-check niya dito. Yung procurement is, of course, using the rules, no? Alternative or public bidding, and then number 4 is implementation, okay? And thereafter payment. Okay, this is where also that you prepare your procurement monitoring reports. Okay, so after the conduct of procurement, you conduct an assessment. Nagawa mo ba na procure mo ba on time yung nakalagay po sa procurement plan? This is where you submit or prepare your procurement monitoring reports. Okay, yeah. So punta tayo sa basic principles on the conduct of market study. I mentioned earlier, this is an input to our procurement planning effort. No? Kailangan talaga. No? Kasi otherwise, walang laman yung ating procurement plans. Kasi wala tayong information. No? That's why it's very important to have a market study. Now, what is this market study? This is just a process of gathering information or data. So, gathering and analyzing information about the capabilities within the market to satisfy agency needs. So, of course, magsisimula tayo sa identification ng needs. Ito yung pangailangan namin. Then we check with the markets, ano ba ang nandyan? Ano bang meron? Alin ba dyan ang pwede naming mabili? Okay? O baka naman, yung needs na nilagay namin is obsolete na. Ano ba ang pinaka-latest technology? That's why you gather data. You take account yung kung changes in technology. And of course, reliable sources dapat nanggaling. Pinakamagandang source natin is yung talagang within our locality. So magkakaroon tayo ng canvas, kakanvas natin yung prices, not only the price but also the requirements in terms of the specification, scope of work, and terms of reference. Okay? So, yun, ito po yung process. Simple lang po talaga siya. First is to identify the need. Yun po yun. Yung identification ng need. Magsisimula po siya doon. And then, bago po tayo magpa-finalize ng ating requirements, kailangan natin kumuha ng information galing sa market. Okay? Or any other sources of information na kung pwede nating pagkunan, like pwede sa internet, o yung tinatawag natin na online catalogs, no? And then saka natin, once we gather this information, saka tayo magpa-finalize ng ating requirement. Yun yung requirement definition in terms of the scope of work, terms of preference, and specifications. Okay? The moment we develop that, lalagyan natin ng costing, we include, papasok na natin siya doon sa ating procurement plan. So ano yung procurement plan? Project Procurement Management Plan. Si end user po ang gumagawa nun. So lahat ng initial requirements in terms of specifications as well as improved competition, we have wide range of alternatives from various suppliers, no? Avoids conflict of interest. Kilala natin yung supplier. Alam natin na ang may-ari pala nito ay si Vice Mayor or si Mayor or si Back Chair. So hindi na siya pwedeng sumali. So identified sila kaagad na they are disqualified to participate. No? Equal opportunities, of course, the best and the most advantageous price. Makikita natin doon that our bidders are given their chance to participate. No? Transparency, of course, kasi once we conduct a market study, it is documented. No? The document natin yan. And this will be a basis to support our future decisions, okay, in terms of conduct of actual procurement or for purposes of conduct of subsequent procurement planning. Okay, so yan po yung advantages. Now, let's discuss the project procurement management plan. Okay, minimension natin to kanina, but ano ba ang laman nito? So makikita na natin dito yung form. Ano ba itong form? Yung requirements, definition ng procurement planning, no? It is a process of determining what to buy, no? How much do you need? What is the cost? Yun. Dito natin makikita sa form na ito. Okay? So, basically, PPMP is just a guide document that in the procurement and contract implementation process as well as a vital reference in procurement monitoring. So, tatlo po yung kanyang usage. Sa pagkandak ng procurement, makikita natin dyan. Pagka nandyan, we can procure. Contract implementation, we would know na na-satisfy yung need that is na-include doon sa ating procurement plan. Magiging control yun ni end user na ito tapos na-procure na ito. Okay? And procurement monitoring. So in the procurement plan, we can identify the actual dates kung kailan natin na-conduct yung procurement. Okay? Of course, it will aid later on in the preparation of the procurement monitoring report. Also, this is a tool in allowing the procuring entity the flexibility to optimize resources. Why? If, for example, there are 5 priorities, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pagdating sa budget year or the actual year that we implement it, hindi mo na kailangan yung 3 and 4. Sabi mo, hindi, papalitan na namin yan. Hindi na pala yan kailangan. Hindi namin na-foresee na obsolete na pala yan. So we need to buy something that will, fit yung need na namin ngayon. Kasi kita na namin na hindi na pala yan pwedeng gamitin. So pwede mo yung palitan. So paano gagawin? Gawa ka ng supplemental plan. Okay? Mag-a-amend kayo. So okay lang. That's why you are given that flexibility. So with the PPMP, makikita natin yung movements, yung changes na ginagawa natin doon sa procurement plan. Minimize the practice of doing shortcuts. Okay? Tama naman kasi as provided in the rules, kailangan included lahat sa procurement plan. Okay? And in the procurement plan, makikita natin ano ba yung initial mode of procurement. So, paano ba siya bilhin? Yan. So, mami-minimize yung pag-shortcut. And take note that each end user shall prepare the PPMP during the budget preparation to support the cost estimate. Kasi sabi ko nga, yung atin, when we prepare the budget, AIP preparation, budget call issuance, we are called to prepare our budget. Isa sa mga supporting document there is the PPMPs and the APP. Okay? And take note that in the preparation of the PPMP of this form, dapat si end user must come up with the technical specs, scope of work, or terms of reference. Of course, once we do that, once we provide for that, included doon yung pong costing. Now, makikita natin yan sa form later on. So, doon sa form, ito yung mga components, what are the contracting arrangement, types and objective, yung size, yung procurement methods, time schedule, and estimated budget. Wala pa pong approved budget dito kasi nga nasa budget preparation phase pa lang tayo when we prepare our PPMPs. Okay? Kaya nga, it's always estimated budget. So, this is the form. Okay? Yung lahat ng components na na-mention ko nandyan po sa form na yan. Of course, this is to be prepared by end user unit. Now, it will depend on the LGU kung paano nyo i-constitute yung isang unit. Yung buong department ba, yun yung isang unit? Okay. Kami sa DBM, and so far, some of the agencies, we constitute a division as a unit. Kaya nga sa example dito, it's a division. And then, nakalagay po dyan yung coding. Yung coding kasi, you can adapt the unified account code structure of the national government. Yung national government is using the unified account code structure. But you can actually come up your own. Okay. Hindi naman tayo stricto dito. This is an internal form lang naman ng agency for purposes of the conduct of procurement. Okay. Then, general description. Bakit general description? Pag sinabing laptop, pwede mo ilagay dyan laptop, ilagay yung mga initial specification of the laptop. But, meron po tayong note sa baba, technical specs for each item or project being proposed shall be submitted as part of the PPM. So, meaning to say, yung ilalagay natin na yung general description lang. Yung lahat ng specifications that will cover for that item, you need to attach it in the PPMP. Then quantity, size, estimated budget is the initial costing. The mode of procurement here is just the initial. Initial lang ito. Initial as determined by the end user. Kasi nga, yung final modes of procurement will be recommended by the BAC. It's the BAC who will set that. Kasi sila yung magpo-procure they need to consolidate pa. Baka there are those similar items that can be packaged into one. And then that's the time, saka siya magpa-finalize ng mode of procurement. Kaya nga dito sa PPMP, it's just an initial mode of procurement. And then of course, the milestones activities. Yan po yung kung saan po natin kailangan, anong month, yung pong item na yan or procurement transaction dapat matapos within that month or makikita po natin yan sa next slide ko. So tandaan lang natin yung signatories dito prepared by the end user, anyone in the end user unit, and to be submitted. Wala pong approved dito wala pong approved. Tandaan po natin, wala pong approved sa PPMP. Kasi nga, yung PPMP will have to be consolidated pa. Yung approval kasi ng ating procurement plan ay nandun sa APP. Okay, mamaya di-discuss natin yung APP. So, sa PPMP form, this is just for the purpose of, knowing ano ba yung mga pangailangan, how much ba yung estimated budget. A copy of the PPMP will be transmitted to the budget office. Kaya nga doon pumapasok si budget office, di ba? Dito tinitingnan ni Budget Office kung within the level of your budget ba, yung mga nakalagay dyan na mga na procurement opportunities. Okay? Kung within, then saka siya i-include sa APP. The moment nandun siya sa APP, then that's the time that it will be approved by the whole. Okay? So dito wala pang approval ha, wala pang approval. Okay? So ito po yung sample format, no? Ito sa GPPB TSO ito, no? So yeah, that's how simple the PPMP is. Pero tandaan po natin yung naka-note po sa baba, meron pong note diyan. Yung text specs for each item should be attached. Okay? Kasi nga nilalagay natin is just the general description eh. So hindi talaga siya yung buong specifications ng item. So you need really to attach. Kaya nga medyo mabilis siyang gawin, yung PPMP, pero yung attachment, sangkatutak yung attachment niyan. That's the reason why we really need to sit down to have our procurement planning effort and come up with this form as well as the attachment. Hindi po siya yung copy-paste, no? I know, for some agencies, they do that. They just copy-paste their procurement plan in the previous year and then paste it in the para lang makomply nga. So, I hope hindi na natin gagawin yun. Pinakita ko na sa inyo what will be the effect if we do that, no? Yung delays, yung failure, and yung ineffective procurement. Okay? Yeah. So, okay, punta tayo kasi ito yung form natin, di ba? Meron tayong general description coding. The first thing that we need to do is to know first, ano ba yung need? What are the needs of the unit? Okay? And these are parameters, no, are criteria that we can use. Of course, yung pong mandate, okay? Mandate, of course, makikita natin yan. Ano ba yung core functions niya nung unit na yon? Like for example, kung accounting department yan, normally papeles yan eh, ang hawak nila. So, papeles, so papel ang mga usual na ginagamit, mga consumables, no? So, yun yung tinitingnan natin. Second is yung historical data or mga foreseen contingencies. Okay? So may mga alam mo na maaring mangyari but you don't know when. Okay? So nakikita mo na maaring mangyari ito, no? Sa mga software, magba-back down ganito but we don't know when. You can also use that. Yung mga major final outputs, no? Identified purpose or goals, no? Ito yung mga deliverables, okay? Under the performance informed budget, no? Nakalagay po doon yung atin pong mga targets, no? And this is actually linked to the SPMS or the Strategic Performance Management System of the Civil Service. Meron tayong mga IPAR, OPCR, no? DPCR, yung mga ganun. Nakalagay doon ano iba yung mga deliverables natin. And therefore, that could also be the basis in identifying the need. Strategic plans, no? Every time, kakandak tayo ng strategic planning for the next year. So ano ba yung maaaring maging direction natin in that year? Priorities, no? Number 5, current supply inventory. Of course, you need to check on that kasi you are always proposing and yet, ang dami mo pa palang nandyan sa iyong inventory. Inaanay na. Hindi na uubos. Okay? So dapat, check din natin yung supply ng inventory. Kasi you can actually rechannel yung budget for that purpose to another items or other project na maaaring pa nating mapondohan. So pwede nating i-rechannel kasi marami naman pala tayo niyan. So sobra-sobra. Huwag muna tayong bumili niyan. Iba ang bibili natin. Ibang priority. Okay. Other maintenance and operating needs. Okay? Yeah. Now the next is first you identify the need. Supposed to be, ang next natin is yung specs. Dapat alam natin yung specs. And identify mo yung need, ang next will be the specifications. Pero nauna kasi yung slide ng ABC. But take note, this is not the final ABC. Just kasi baka ma-confuse kayo doon sa approved budget for the contract. Hindi pa po ito approved budget for the contract. Alam niyo kung bakit? Kasi doon sa ating PPMP, wala pang approved budget eh. Budget proposal para nga ginagawa natin at that time. So hindi po siya approved budget. It is an initial estimate or is the initial budget for the purpose. But just to discuss lang, kasi there's a provision insofar as, take note no, yung initial budget natin and or the estimated budget will eventually become our approved budget. Okay? Ito lang, tandaan natin. Yung initial estimate natin will eventually become our approved budget. And just to discuss, yung approved budget for the contract, make sure na kung ano yung ABC reflected in the APP and PPMP must always be consistent with the appropriations. Kaya nga, na-mention ko kanina, the moment na approve nyo yung appropriations nyo, you need to revisit your procurement plans because your appropriations must be consistent with that of the procurement plan, or your procurement plans must be consistent with the appropriations. So therefore, you need to revise or amend if in case it will require amendments. Okay, so tandaan lang natin, no? Para hindi tayo ma-confuse yung initial yung ABC na sinasabi dito, hindi pa ito yung approve. Doon sa planning stage, sa planning stage, hindi pa ito po yung approve. Ito ay initial lang. Nagiging approve budget for the contract lang yan siya kapag ka meron ng appropriations. Okay? And the ABC reflected must be consistent with the appropriations. Yan. Now, for multi-year contracting arrangement, ito yung mga contracts that covers more than 1 year. It will require the MAYOA or the MICA. Okay? MICA, dating MAYOA yan, yung multi-year contractual contracting authority or the multi-year obligational authority yan dati. But this is to be issued by DBM. Okay? Now, ang tanong, kasi LGU kayo, ano ba itong MAYOA? Meron ba kami niyan or MICA? The answer is, well, yung MICA, hindi po nag-i-exist yan sa LGU. There is an equivalent document. No? Doon sa rules nilagay lang na equivalent document. So depende po sa LGU. Ano ba yung equivalent document ng MICA? Sa national kasi, we call it MICA or MAYOA before. But for LGU, it will depend on what that equivalent document is. So kayo po magde-decide. No? Now, for me kasi, walang multi-year. Hindi kailangan ng multi-year obligational authority ni LGU. Kasi nga 'di ba, meron kayong continuing appropriations. Yung continuing appropriations is valid until the project is completed, di po ba? Unlike sa national government kasi, yung continuing appropriations namin is only valid for 1 year. 1 year lang 'yon. Ni-extend ni Congress usually 1 year lang. After that, nare-revert back na yung continuing appropriations namin. But insofar as the LGU is concerned, walang limit yung continuing appropriation basta hanggang matapos yung project. Kaya nga sabi ko, hindi ata applicable ito sa LGU. No? But nonetheless, meron pong equivalent document na nilagay dyan si GPPB sa rules. For foreign funded naman, yung cost estimate prepared by the procuring entity. And of course, yung consideration yan must be consistent doon sa approved loan or ano ba yan, grant no ng international financing institution as provided in the treaty or international agreement. Okay? Yeah, knowledge check po muna tayo, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Director Martin. But before we flash po our second knowledge check question, quick reminder lang po again to our Zoom participants and to address na din po the query in our Zoom chat box. We need to accomplish po, ma'am, our attendance daily. Araw-araw po until Friday through the participants' daily attendance form. Kaya by Friday po, dapat po we have 5 accomplished daily attendance form na po. So please, accomplish na po our participants' daily attendance form for day 2. Today po, by clicking the Google form link provided by our event secretariat through our Zoom chat box. All right, so for our second knowledge check question, the question is, who must consider the different cost components in determining ABC? Letter A, TWG, letter B, BACSEC, letter C, end user, or letter D, all of the above?
Yan. I think na-explain ko yun ng maayos, no? Sana correct sila lahat.
Answer.
Oo.
Also po, kung may questions sila, sir, no, they can always drop their questions in through our Zoom chat box or through our Facebook
Yes,
Live
yes,
comment
okay.
section.
Ma'am,
please,
break tayo after ha, tapos natin
sige, sir,
sagutin.
opo.
Sige.
Yes po, no problem.
5-minute break para makapag-relax naman sila konti.
Opo. And sir, I think we can have the results now. We have
Yes.
47 participants po who answered our poll question, where 82% answered letter C, while 14% answered letter D, while 5% answered letter A.
Yan, sige. Salamat po sa mga chat natin. Tingnan ko daw kung meron. Yan, may mga sumagot na end user, letter C, letter C. Yan, thank you po sa mga sumagot, no? Tama po 'yun, no? 82%. Malaki naman yung percentage, no? 82%. Tama po yung letter C. It's the end user, no? I think paulit-ulit kong binabalik yung kanina, no? Yung that it should be the end user who need to consider yung pong requirements, yung specification, kasama doon yung ano po, yung pong costing, no? Costing not only the unit cost but all associated cost, no? Pero 'di ba, nagkaroon ako ng qualifier. Kasi hindi lahat ng end user may alam, gano'n. Pwede tayong humingi ng tulong kanino? Kay Technical Working Group. Siguro may sumagot na Technical Working Group doon. Pero again, ang magko-consider talaga, it's the end user. Humihingi lang tayo ng tulong kay Technical Working Group. Kasi nga, sino ba ang nagpe-prepare ng PPMP? Diba si end user? Okay, si end user dapat. And then may sumagot din po ng all of the above, no? The all of the above answer is incorrect kasi yung backsec, 'di ba? Meron tayong choice na backsec. Hindi po kasama si backsec, 'di ba? Si backsec will just assist the BAC in consolidating all the PPMP into an annual procurement plan. Wala po siyang doon contribution as to magkano ba yung costing, wala po. Kaya nga incorrect yung all of the above, no? Buti naman walang sumagot doon sa backsec. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So,
also po, our
correct answer
Facebook
is
viewers,
letter C.
Director, they also answered letter D, majority of them, but meron din pong nakakuha ng correct answer. So, ayun po, bawi po tayo. We still have three more knowledge check questions coming up our way.
Kung may
so,
premyo yan, namimigay ng premyo mamaya si
Yes, sir.
Anyway,
Yes,
magsa-stop share ako. Monique, magsa-stop
Sige
share.
po, sir. Thank you very much po, Director Martin. Now, before we proceed po to the next part of our lecture discussion, let us first have a quick break. Perhaps let us take this moment to absorb po all the facts, all the information, all the tips that have been discussed and shared by Director Martin. So also po, we appreciate po those cameras are open. No, thank you very much, because it is always good to see our participants' reactions, even if we are physically apart. All right, so thank you all po, and see you all in a short while.
The Philippines is going to buy green. Our government is taking the lead. The Philippines Green Public Procurement Roadmap guides the way forward by considering local business capacities, climate, environment, health, and value for money. Our government procures thousands of items every year to serve the Filipino people. When government is the single largest buyer in a market, its procurement decisions influence the direction that businesses take. Green public procurement is about buying products which are low carbon, are healthier, avoid harmful chemicals, and are manufactured through cleaner products. A first batch of 20 product categories has been prioritized for GPP, and more will be selected over time. The priority common supplies and equipment products are multi-copy paper, toilet paper, record books, cleaners, chairs, disinfectant sprays, trash bags, liquid hand soap, detergent powder, and LED lights and bulbs. The priority non-common supplies and equipment products are computer and laptop monitors, air conditioners, vehicles, fridges, paints and varnishes, food and catering services, training hotels and facilities, toilets and urinals, and textiles such as uniforms and work clothes. The well-established public procurement processes in the Philippines, such as the PhilJEPs, will ensure fairness, transparency, and open competition for the green venture. Everyone can become an active consumer of green products, which save energy and water, are not harmful for health and climate, and which are recyclable.
So, shall we proceed po with the discussion proper,
Yes.
Director?
Yes.
All right po, back to you po.
Let me share again, no? Ma'am Monique, after ng dalawang knowledge check, magbe-break tayo ulit, no?
Sure, sir. Opo.
So every after dalawang knowledge check. Okay, sige. Yan. Okay, so just a short summary on the preparation of the PPMP. Ganito po yung process niya. Magsisimula sa end user, yun yung na-mention ko kanina. And then magsasubmit siya ng PPMP form kay Budget Office for the purpose of checking if it's within the budget levels, no? And then pagka within, then saka ita-transmit kay BAC, and the BACSEC will consolidate it into an annual procurement plan. This time, indicative pa lang siya, no? Indicative annual procurement plan. And gagawa ng resolution si Bids and Awards Committee and transmit the same together with the annual procurement plan, indicative annual procurement plan, to the Hope for approval. Okay, approve ni Hope ni yung indicative annual procurement plan. Okay? So yan. Now, ganina sa ABC, again sinasabi ko na initial or estimated budget pa lang yun. So ano ba yung mga makakatulong sa atin in preparing the ABC or providing for the costing? No? Of course, yung results ng market study, kasama na doon yung mga other associated costs that might be incorporated in the initial unit price, yung inflation, yung other associated costs like freight charges, insurance, gano'n, no? And then, na-mention ko rin na pwedeng tumulong si technical working group. Okay, but again, it's the end user who will finally set that ABC or what we call the initial budget kasi tayo ay nasa ano pa lang, budget preparation phase. Pagka na-approve na yung ating budget, saka natin siya masasabing approve budget for the contract. Okay? Yan. Okay? Sige. Punta tayo sa project costing. I would want to share with you shortly lang. Ito ay part doon sa modules nung dalawang modules na ginawa ni GPPB, yung sa cost estimation and yung text specs writing. No? So just to share with you some of the slides there. Ito na yun, kasama na itong project costing. Just to define first what project costing is, kasi baka makatulong sa atin when we come up with an estimated budget for our procurement transaction or procurement project. So when we say project costing, it refers to the practice of forecasting the cost of completing a project with a defined scope. So take note of the word forecasting. So meaning to say you are looking at a future date, no? Bakit ganon? Kasi nga, there is that time gap between procurement planning and the actual conduct of procurement activities. Tandaan natin that procurement plans are to be prepared now. And this will be used in the conduct of our procurement next year. Okay? Diba? So, merong gap. Diba? Merong what we call a difference. Maybe thereafter insofar as the price, yung costing mismo. Kaya nga, when we do project costing, when we provide our cost now, we foresee the future. Second, it's the summation of individual cost elements using established methods and valid data to estimate future costs. So, again, nandun na naman, future cost of a project based on what is known today. Okay. A prediction of quantities, cost or price of resources required by the scope of an asset investment option, activity, or a project. So meaning, hindi pa nangyayari. Kino-costing mo na ngayon. So, bakit ito important? Okay. By the way, when we do project costing, kasi ito yung available ngayon based sa market study, nakita natin ito yung prices. We use assumptions and parameters. Like for example, we will assume that the inflation rate will be this much. We will provide for a certain percent for that. Okay? So may mga parameters tayo, but hindi pa natin alam kung ano mangyayari talaga on that particular date, no, kung saan i-implement na yung ating project, no, or magkakandak na tayo ng procurement. That is why gumagamit tayo ng parameters, gumagamit tayo ng assumptions when we do project costing. Okay? Now, ano ba ang gamit nito? Well, ang gamit niya is it's an important yung pag-conduct ng project costing is an important tool in deciding whether to proceed with the funding of a particular project. Okay? So for example, itutuloy pa ba natin to? Or as between two projects, alin ba dapat ang priority number 1, priority number 2, priority number 3? Okay? Yung eventual scope, kasi maaaring kulang tayo sa funding, so maaaring gawin natin by phase na lang. First phase lang muna ang for next year. Okay? project cost baseline. Kumbaga, ito yung dapat na maximum cost lang muna ang atin pong gagastusin. And therefore, it will serve as a monitoring tool when it comes procurement and implementation. Makikita natin na dapat hindi tayo mag-pass niyan. Okay, so ensuring that projects remain financially feasible and avoid cost overrun. So yun yung isa sa mga, these are some of the purposes of having or undergoing the process of project costing for the purpose of coming up with a good cost estimate. Okay, so when we say cost estimate, it refers to or it is determined using experience and calculating and forecasting the future cost of resources, methods, and management, no, within scheduled time frame. Take note that the cost estimates that you will formulate could only be valid at a particular period. Like for example, ngayon mag-estimate ako. Yung estimate ko ngayon could only be valid for a period of 6 months because we don't know, no? May mga movement sa prices. Very volatile. Parang katulad din ng ng atin pong fuel, di ba? Nagbabago every week or 2 weeks or every month, no? So ganun din, yung cost estimate natin it has a certain validity period from which we can rely on. Okay? So if that's the case, then kailangan nating baguhin from time to time yung ating cost estimate. Kaya nga, di ba? Kapag tayo ay procure na next year and we see that there was really that big gap of time from the time that we conduct our procurement planning where we formulated our cost estimate with that of the time that we undertake our actual procurement or the implementation thereafter, then kailangan nating i-revise or i-amend yung cost estimate. But the good thing is meron ka ng cost estimate at the start. So meron ka lang iti-tweak doon and then you come up with a good basis for your approved budget for the contract. Because eventually, your cost estimate will become your approved budget or initial estimate will become your approved budget for the contract. Okay? So saan ba, kailan ba ginagawa yung cost estimation? Dito po sa identification. Kasi sino po ang responsible niyan? Si end user. Di po ba? Siya po yung maglalagay ng initial cost estimate. Yan. So, isa yan sa mga knowledge check question natin kanina. Okay? Yan. So, ito po uli yun. Ipa-present ko lang uli yung pong ating PPMP. No? This is prepared during budget preparation. As early as budget preparation, upon the issuance of the budget call. And then, you are required to provide for supporting documents. No? So, bakit cost estimate? Kasi meron tayong estimated budget na column dyan. Okay? So, dyan po natin nilalagay how much will the project, our procurement transaction, will cost the agency. Okay? Yeah. Now, there are tools that we can actually use. Kasi maaaring makatulong din ito. Kaya ipipresent ko na lang. Wherein mas mapabilis tayong aside from the yung pong magkakandak tayo ng market study, yung mga ganun. But for purposes of mga big ticket projects that requires really, yung pong a careful and deliberate study of its components, medyo mahaba-habang proseso yun. Unless, of course, you have prepared for that initially. So, for purposes of coming up with a budget or an initial budget, we can actually adopt these tools. No? So, meron po tayong tinatawag na analogous estimating, parametrics, bottom-up or analytical and life cycle costing. No? Yung life cycle costing, I will discuss that separately kasi medyo iba po yung purpose ni life cycle costing with the other tools, no? Okay? Yung analogous is para siyang historical costing. Kumbaga meron na tayong na-complete na the same procurement transaction covering similar project. So what we normally do is just use the existing analog of that project. And then iti-tweak lang natin siguro yung some of the analog yung price, and then from there we draw up a cost, no, for our proposed project. Ganun lang. So, mabilis siya. Actually, madaling gawin kasi meron na tayong historical record. Nangyayari to sa DPWH, sa ating pong mga DepEd, yung costing ng classroom, ganito, yung ginawa dati. Pa-factor in lang niya kung ano yung mga variable components, and then makakama up na siya ng costing for the next year's budget. Parang ganun, no? Yung analogous estimating. Parametrics naman, usually ginagamit ito sa infrastructure projects. Okay? Meron tayong established cost, no? Unit cost. Okay? And the established unit cost must be accurate. Otherwise, this method will be ineffective. Okay? So, of course, based on statistical data po yung pag-come up ng unit cost or yung costing mismo. Like for example, in paggawa tayo ng building, bungalow, bahay, 100 square meter. Okay? 100 square meter multiplied by a cost established under parametrics, costing, multiplied it 100 times 15,000 per square meter, then that's the estimated cost for that project. Actually, acceptable na itong parametrics, no? Kasi this is on the basis doon sa yung pong statistics, no? May studies na kinakandak bago po tayo bago tayo makapagsabi that the cost on a per unit is this, no? Is this much. Okay? So, ginagawa na ito ng mga yan kapag ka nagpapa-estimate tayo, paggawa ng building, gawa ng road project, just multiply it by a number of square meter. So, there's that standard costing. Okay? Okay, so normally itong dalawa, yung analogous and parametric, these are being used during early stages of the project development. So yung stages in project development kasi meron tayong at feasibility study stage, at concept stage, at detailed engineering stage, no? At design stage para design and then detailed engineering. So may mga stages tayo in project development. So at early stages of the project development, mas maganda itong gamitin yung analogous and parametrics. In contrast to analytical, kasi dito sa analytical, this is perhaps one of the most accurate estimating technique. Why? Because dito, nakahimay-himay into work breakdown structure. Kumbaga may mga, under each work breakdown structure, okay, mayroong mga subcomponents dun sa baba from which you identify the cost. Okay, so malalaman natin kaagad na if there will be changes in one of the cost elements, okay, hindi siya makakapekto doon sa iba. So kung may babaguhin ka, yun lang yung matatamaan. It will not affect the other costing. Okay. Yun nga lang ang problem nitong bottom-up or analytical estimating is that it's time-consuming and it will require malaking gagastos tayo. No? Tulad ng magpapagawa tayo ng building. Di ba? Ano bang kailangan for a building? Kailangan ng design. Kailangan ng design. Ano ba yung plans? No? And meron yan. No? Different components of a building. Yung roofing, may design. Ganito yung mga cost structure niya. Yung foundation, yung mga ganon, di ba? So, nakahimay-himay yun. So, parang ganon yung bottom-up or analytical estimating. So, it's tedious, no, on the part of the procuring entity. But this is one of the most accurate. And therefore, maaari na nating lalagyan ng costing ang different components. So, yan po yung bottom-up or analytical. Yung life cycle costing naman is different because itong life cycle costing is just a summation of all the costs. From the time that you procure it until the time that you dispose the asset or the item. So meaning you are not only looking here at the approved budget for the contract. What you are looking at is the entirety of the cost of the asset. Kaya nga, di ba, life cycle cost provides a structured accounting of resources and associated cost elements required to develop, produce, deploy, and sustain a particular program. So meaning, from the time that you procure until you dispose it, no, you just summarize all the costs. Now, ano ba ang gamit niya? Ang gamit ng life cycle costing is not for the purpose of coming up with the ABC, but it's the purpose of having kumbaga, it's the purpose of choosing between two alternatives. Okay? So, doon sa identification ng need, yun doon ang gamit niya. So, pag mag-identify tayo ng need, kailangan natin ng aircon. Okay? Now, sa mga available alternatives ngayon ng aircon, meron tayong aircon, yung regular aircon, merong inverter aircons pala. If we compare the two aircons, as to the price, mas mahal yung inverter, di po ba? Mas barato yung regular aircons. But in terms of efficiency, mas efficient itong inverter aircons. So in the long run, until such time that you dispose it, kukompute mo yung total cost. Kukompare mo yung dalawa. Alin ba dyan ang mas makatipid tayo? Okay? So for purposes of choosing, na-identify mo na yung need. In choosing the alternative now, alin ang gusto kong specifications na ilagay for the aircon, magagamit mo itong life cycle costing. Okay? So, yung tinitingnan natin is yung savings of the procuring entity for the duration of the life of the asset. Not only, hindi lang doon sa determination ng EBC. Okay? So, under sa ating rules ngayon, sa procurement, hindi pa natin to ginagamit yung life cycle costing for purposes of evaluation. Di ba meron tayong evaluation stage? Doon sa evaluation, di natin tinitingnan yung overall cost ng asset. Ang tinitingnan lang natin yung ABC. Oh. So pagka siya yung mababa sa ABC, na-comply naman yung requirements, mananalo na siya. So hindi natin ginagamit yung life cycle costing. So ang gamit lang sa life cycle costing is doon sa identification ng need. Kapag na-identify yung need and then mamimili tayo sa mga alternatives. So yun yung gamit niya, not for the purpose of coming up with an ABC. Okay? Yan. So ito po yung mga strength and weaknesses of the three methods. Hindi ko na sinali yung life cycle costing kasi hindi naman talaga siya determining the ABC or the initial cost. Rather, just for the purpose of comparing two alternatives. So, sabi ko kanina, yung analogous and parametric, mas mabilis, no? Mabilis yung pag-compute, di ba? Kaya nga, ginagamit, rough estimate for us to counter-check, no? Cross-check agad, mga rough estimate na, no? So, ito po yung ginagamit normally kapag early stages. Kapag design and the detailed engineering stage, then we use the bottom-up. But again, medyo mas dali siyang ma-audit kasi nga nakahimay-himay at saka nakikita mo yung different cost components. Unlike sa analogous and parametric, hindi mo makikita yon. Okay. Kaya nga mabilisan din ang pagkagawa. Anyway, so yan po yung atin pong tools in project costing. Okay? So ito, balik ko lang sa life cycle costing, no? We are using this for purposes of identifying the best alternative. So yung sa procurement natin, ginagamit natin yung ABC. 'Di ba? Approved budget for the contract. Yan po yung acquisition cost. But for purposes of knowing the cost of the entire life of the asset, if you want to know if kung tayo ba ay makakatipid, okay? We use life cycle costing. Meron kami dati, no, bumili kami ng laptop. Nung pagbili namin ng laptop, naka-promo siya. Sinabihan kami nung supplier, "Sir, meron itong libre na printer." O di ba libre siya nung una? Hindi mo inisip, ikaw yung bumili, laptop lang binili mo, binigyan ka ng printer na libre. Mahal pala yung kanyang consumables. So, tingin mo nakatipid ka? Siguro sa start. Kasi tingin mo, libre eh. Pero yun nga, yung consumables pala, yun pala yung mahal. Okay. So tandaan po natin yan. For purposes of choosing two alternatives, we use life cycle costing. We do not merely rely on the acquisition cost because there are other costs associated to the asset during its entire life, like operating cost, maintenance cost, disposal cost. No? Yung kanina pinakita ko yung inverter air cons, no? As compared to the regular air cons. In terms of price, acquisition cost, mas mahal yung inverter air cons. But in terms of efficiency, energy, no, yung sa paggamit ng power, mas mababa naman itong inverter air cons. Maintenance-wise, madaling i-maintain. Okay. Yeah. So, sabi ko nga, kino-consider natin siya doon sa pag-choose ng alternative. Every time we identify our needs. Okay? So, yan po yung gamit niya. Okay? Yeah. So dapat sana nauna itong tech specs, no? Diniscuss ko siya kasi kung once you have your tech specs, ma-identify mo na how much will be the cost of the asset, di ba? So very directly related to yung costing natin is directly related to the tech specs. Okay, so yung technical specification is the heart of the procurement transaction. So tandaan po natin kanina na identify na natin yung need, no? And then we know that we gathered already data from our market source. Market could be also from online catalog and other data sources. Now, it is up to us now to come up with the appropriate tech specs that meet or that fits the need of the end user. So, gawa tayo ng tech specs. Ito yung gusto namin considering the technology advances. Okay, so we need to come up with tech specs. Why? Because this is the heart of the procurement transaction, without which we cannot award a contract, without which the supplier or prospective bidder would not know ano ba yung pangailangan mo. No? Tech specs states the needs to be satisfied. Di ba yung pangailangan? Ano ba yung gusto nating bilhin? Ano yung expectation? Ito naman on the part of the supplier. Ano yung expectations natin sa kanya? Anong dapat ma-deliver niya? Ano yung mga performance requirements? So, yung pang-apat is establish yung pong standards directly affects the quality and performance. So, sa ngayon po, under Section 17, tayo po yung nagpo-provide ng standards. Tayo po nagpo-provide ng requirements, ha? Hindi po dapat dinidiktahan ng supplier. Tayo po, kasi tayo po yung nangangailangan. Dati kasi, ang nakalagay sa rules is minimum requirements. Okay? Kapag minimum, ito yung minimum. At least, na-comply mo ito, then okay na. Ngayon hindi. Ang nakalagay sa rules under Section 17, necessary requirements. Ano yung need talaga? Ano ba yung pangailangan mo? Hindi lang yung minimum. So kumaga, it's either, ito yung minimum, okay? Ito yung gusto mo, ito yung standards mo. So can you set your standards at this level? Yes. Kasi yan yung gusto mo. Yan yung pagkakaiba ng dalawang rules dati. Yung rules under 2009, sinabi minimum. Ngayon, hindi. Yung actual, yung necessary requirements mo. So yun ilagay mo. Ba? Always natin nirereklamo. Baka manalo na naman si China. Oh. Okay lang. Kahit saan, o anong brand, basta wag lang galing China. Again, si China na naman pinagdiskitahan natin. Hindi naman lahat, I'm not favoring naman China, no? But not all products naman ng China ay hindi ganun ka or of inferior quality. Meron namang mga superior quality. Exported to Europe, exported to US, di ba? And US even is the biggest market of China. So kapag ganun, so kung tayo yung pala, under the rules now, tayo pala ang magsiset ng standard, itaas natin yung standard para hindi manalo si China, hindi lang yung minimum. Oh. So always tayo yung, di ba, when we buy or when, biniblame na naman natin si Beach and Awards Committee. Hindi ito yung gusto ko, China lang naman yung nabili. Ikaw naglagay ng requirements na-comply niya Taas mo yung standards mo. Once itinaas mo yung standards mo, maaring baka hindi na siya makasama. Competitive pa rin naman yun because there are others that can compete with this. Yung standards na nilagay mo. Okay? So, yun. So, very important, no? Tandaan po natin yan. So, paano ba yung specifications development? Again, yung gathering of information. First, we identify the need. Yung pangailangan natin, technical characteristics. Then, we check with the market. Meron ba? Mapoprovide ba ito? Ano ba yung recent in terms of technology? And then, that's the time that we finalize our specifications. Okay? Translate it into requirements. Okay? So, as the sources of specifications, marami po. Previous records, no? Yung ating pong historical data. Request for information from suppliers, yung magka-canvas tayo, mag-conduct tayo ng monthly market survey. So, check yung mga available and the prices. And then specs issued by government, yung DTI, no, for goods and DPWH for infrastructure. Consultations with entities that issues technical standards like could be national or international standards, no, yung mga ganun. Professional and technical associations, ito yung mga publications, no? Always have a way of validating the information kasi baka yung kasing mga nasa online catalog, these are made for advertisements advertisements, ganon, may mga offers na ganyan. Okay, so kailangan nating i-validate yan, otherwise baka maloko din tayo, no? So ganon, ayusin lang natin yung sources of information. We need to have some way of checking, no? Yung pong information, especially galing online. Baka ma-fake news tayo niyan. Anyway, so ito po yung sources of information so that we can actually use, no, as an input in our procurement plan. Okay? So what are the characteristics of specifications? It must be clear and unambiguous, meaning klaro. It must not, kumbaga, when you say clear, it must not confuse our prospective bidders. It must be consistent, meaning it must not provide optional specifications. Okay? Complete, okay? Kung ano yung desired need mo, then yun yung ilagay na specs mo. Competitive in a way, in a sense that it should not restrict competition to, or it should not point the procurement to a lone bidder. Okay? Maaaring ganun. Or restrict lang to a particular supplier. So, ito nangyayari usually sa mga vehicles, no? Bili ng vehicles. Ginagawa ng procuring entity. Copy-paste. Kinopya lahat ng, bili ng pickup. Kinopya lahat ng specifications ni Toyota. Mali po yun. That is still tailor-fitting. Okay? It runs contrary to Section 18. Nasa Section 18 kasi, bawal tayong maglagay ng brand. Now, while hindi kayo naglagay ng brand, pero kinopya mo naman lahat ng specifications ng Toyota, so it is as if you are referring to that brand. So, still against, within the prohibition of Section 18. Okay? So, yun. Kasi sa Section 18, we only provide for the performance, functional, and design attributes of the item or asset. No? Hindi po pwedeng ilagay yung brand. Okay? So, ganon. So, ito yun. Na-mention ko na, no? Yeah, under Section 18, ito po yung dapat na kailangan nating ilagay. Okay? Functional, performance, and the design specifications. Okay? Now, the specifications here could apply to goods, infrastructure, but only the goods component sa infrastructure and the goods component of the consultancy. Okay? Kasi may goods component yun sila eh. So we still use the same standards, no, in providing specifications. Okay? When we say functional, yung purpose or the use of the object or of the asset. And then performance is on the output or the result. Okay? While the design is yung physical features, no, yung color, yung size, yung ganon. Ayan. Generally, for the procurement of goods, by the way, ito applicable din sa goods component ng infra and consultancy. Generally, we prefer performance and functional because in performance and functional, we shift the burden to the prospective bidder. For example, sinabi mo, Printer. The printer should print 1,000 prints in 1 minute. Sobrang bilis, no? Di ba? So, kaninong burden yun na i-comply? Burden yun ng prospective bidder. Siya maghahanap na makomply niya yung 1,000 prints in 1 minute. Di ba? Okay. Now, also, when in specifying the technical specs, particularly for goods component of infra and consultancy, only the needs. Yun lang ilagay natin. Huwag tayong maglagay ng kahit ano-anong na it will just add price, no? Like magiging wants na siya. No? Nilagay mo yung feature na yon pero hindi naman talaga kailangan. For example, ako kailangan ko lang ng laptop. So, hindi ko na kailangan ba may webcam siya, kailangan ba? Yun. If needed, then you put it. Kung hindi naman need, kumbaga palamuti lang siya, huwag mo ilagay kasi yung palamuti, that becomes a want. And normally wants add costs. It usually also would restrict. Okay? And it would somehow result to wastage of government funds. Kasi nga, di mo naman kailangan yan. Palamuti lang. So, sumobra. Nag-overprice ka. Later on, makuha ka pa. Now, yun, balik tayo doon sa example ko, yung sa Toyota. Kinopya mo lahat. Tandaan po natin na there is, for every brand, meron talaga yan silang specific na requirements na sa kanila mo lang makikita. Hindi mo makita sa iba. Okay? Meron talaga yan. Always. Kaya nga, hindi mo pwedeng kopyahin lahat. Kasi once kinopya mo, we will be liable for tailor fitting, and that is covered under the prohibition under section 18 of the rules, no? Prohibition on the use of brand names. Okay. And normally, kapag kinopya natin, masasama natin lahat ng mga additional information doon na hindi naman natin kailangan. Okay. Okay. So, yung need lang. For example, ano ba ang pangailangan mo in respect to procurement of vehicle? Kailangan ko lang na yung kanyang makina ay 2.2. Kailangan it has a seating capacity of 5, yun, or 6, or 8, or 7. Kailangan yung gulong ganito kalaki. Yan. Kailangan yung speed is ganito. Yun lang ang ilagay natin. Huwag na yung kung ano-anong additions pa ang ilagay na that to make it tailor fit to a particular brand. In that case, then we will be violating the provisions of section 18. Sa services naman, normally sa services kasi 'di ba, procurement of goods and services. Yung goods, madali lang i-specify. Yung services mahirap kasi it has some intangibility, no? Intangibility nature. And therefore, how would you describe now a service? How would you describe a quality service, no? to be provided? So, pwede naman yung i-describe natin, paano ba, ano ba yung duration time ng pag-render ng service, response time, responsibilities, key performance indicators. So, how would you know na-perform, no? Like janitorial and security, magpo-provide tayo ng checklist kung saan siya maglilinis. Okay? And then merong taga-check na natapos niya yung paglinis niya. Tulad yan sa Jollibee, yung mga Jollibee, yung sa mga CR nila, meron silang nilalagay na na checklist. Merong taga-check na natapos na nalinis. So parang ganun, no? We can actually still specify kahit alam natin na may intangibility nature siya. Okay? Yan. Sa infrastructure naman, wala tayong masyadong problem doon sa materials because it will still follow yung pong kanina na pinakita ko sa goods. Kasi yung materials ng infrastructure, kailangan pa rin niyang kailangan pa rin nating mag-comply doon sa prohibition ng brand names, no? So, ganun pa rin, ilalagay natin specifications. Like for example, in procurement of infrastructure, we buy a building. Of course, what we are procuring is the building. Now, how about the paint used in the building? Paano natin ilagay yon? Hindi natin pwedeng ilagay Boysen. Kasi branding yon. Ilalagay natin yung specification ng paint. Okay, so ganun. So applicable pa rin yun, yung sa goods, yung goods component ng infra. But here, in the infrastructure projects, we define the scope. Okay? Hindi lang naman building yung binibili natin o pinapagawa natin. Okay, kasama doon yung drawing. Paano yung workmanship? Yung mga equipment na maaaring gamitin, ilagay natin. Okay? Part yan ng scope. Yung conduct ng soil investigations. Okay? Ano dapat yung parameters nun? Dapat kasama yan sa scope ng work. No? At terms of installation, commissioning, and handover before the work is considered complete. Yung available site facilities must be defined. Yung mga environmental management systems. Okay? Yung mga certifications, ganun. Kasama yan sa scope, no, ng infrastructure. While it is true na what we are procuring is just the building, but there are other associated components that must be included. So we define the scope. Okay? So aside from yung sa materials na bawal yung specs, although wala naman tayong masyadong problem sa infrastructure because we are covered by Department Order, I think it's 97, issued by the DPWH. Andun naman yung mga cost components doon. Sa infrastructure projects, sa consultancy naman, services din ito. Parang kapareho nung pinresent ko kanina na services, no? Yung under sa procurement ng goods. But just to distinguish between services under goods and consultancy, yung services under goods, wala pong application ng advanced knowledge yun. So that's why it's janitor, paglilinis lang. Security guard, no? Pagbabantay, secure ng office, no? Messenger yan. Wala pong parang routinary works yun. But for consultancy services, it requires the application of advanced knowledge. That's why yung consultancy, anything that is beyond the capacity or capability of the procuring entity to do, then we can secure or we can outsource it through consultancy. But how are we going to define it in the terms of reference? So, meron pong basic components yung terms of reference. Ito po yun, 1 to 6. Sa consultancy, walang walang forever eh. Hindi pwedeng forever may consultant ka, no? Kailangan yung may technology transfer, no? So mayroong training program from which the knowledge of the consultant is being transferred to the organic personnel. Okay? And then we have time schedule and reports. Okay, yung time schedule and reports naman for merong start and end ng buong consultancy service. For each phases din meron din would you provide for that traveling expenses, food, and so on and so forth. So these are to be specified in the terms of reference. Kumbaga, the terms of reference thereafter, parang it will form part of the contract as between the procuring entity and the consultant. Okay? Tandaan lang natin yung consultancy only for the those that require advanced knowledge. The use of technical expertise, special knowledge. Okay? Yan. So, tips lang ibigay ko sa specifications writing, no? Always consult the stakeholders. Okay, it's always the end users naman ang initial na gagawa nito. So, but we can consult other end users unit who might have similar projects. Okay, and then in developing the requirements, okay, we can actually ask the help of our technical working group. Or if not, we can secure a consultant to do the specifications for us. Pwede rin. Normally, ginagawa yan kapag yung buildings, no? Paggawa tayo ng buildings, paggawa tayo ng structure, kung walang engineer sa opisina, kuha tayo ng consultant. Or we can ask DPWH to help us, no? Kasi may mga engineers naman sa DPWH. Okay? So we must set our specifications. No? It must be clear and unambiguous. It should not run contrary to reference to brand names. Take into consideration technology, and it must fit the actual requirements of the end user. Okay? So tips is that be specific and detailed as possible in stating the mandatory requirements. Okay? Yung needs versus wants, tandaan natin yun. State a requirement of fact only one time to avoid duplication, or para hindi ma-confuse yung kung ating anong tawag nito? Bidders. Saka isa pa, huwag maglagay ng optional specs. Explain the intent and purpose of every item. Okay? Anong requirement na nilagay nyo? And then be as flexible as possible without compromising the objective. Okay? So it must cover a wide range of requirement in a sense na it will not restrict competition. Kasi pag itong nilagay mo, ay isa lang ang meron yan. Talagang nare-restrict. Hindi flexible yung iyong requirement. So specify what you need, not how to get what you need. Okay? And look to increase competition, not to reduce it. Okay? Yeah. Okay, knowledge check muna tayo, Ma'am Monique.
Yes, Director Martin, we are down to our third knowledge check question po, no? So for our question, may I request the technical team po to please flash our third knowledge check question. And the question is, technical specifications must be prepared after posting or advertisement. If specifications are not properly prepared, it will be almost impossible to complete the bidding process and award the contract. Is this true or false? Kindly answer po through the pop-up poll that is being flashed in our screens. Also po, while we are waiting for our participants po no, to answer our third knowledge check question, Director Martin, quick reminder lang po again, for our Zoom participants, please change your Zoom names using the required format, and that is your MLGU name underscore your full name. Parang there are a couple of participants pa po na needs to rename pa po their Zoom names. Ayan po. All you have to do no is to click participants sa bottom part po ng ating Zoom screens. Then you have to locate your name in the list of participants. Click more and then click rename. All right. For our Facebook Live viewers, you may also answer po through our Facebook Live comment section again. All right. So 59% of our Zoom participants po answered our third knowledge check question. So let us have po the result.
81%.
Yes, sir. Now, we have 81% who answered false, while 19% who answered true.
True, yan. So, medyo ano na rin ako kasi passing rate din naman yung 81. Maraming salamat po sa mga sumagot. The answer is false. Kasi nga, technical specification must be prepared prior to posting. No? Kaya nga, di ba? Kasi kung after posting, ano ang mangyayari nun? Paano malaman ngayon ni bidder or ni prospective bidder kung ano yung requirements mo, di ba? In the specification, it states or it defines what you need. So paano mo ma-inform si bidder kung you will prepare it after posting? It should be prior to posting. Okay? So that is a basic requirement na kasaad na yung atin pong specification sa atin pong bidding documents or the request for quotation bago natin to ipopost, ipopublish. Okay? So text spec should be prepared prior to posting, not after posting. Kaya po ang sagot ay false. Ayan. So anyway, passing rin naman. So for those
Director Martin, we also have participants who joined who answered our knowledge check question, third knowledge check question, and they answered po majority letter B.
False.
They got the correct. Yes,
thank you. Okay,
alright, so time check po tayo, Director. It's 10:34 on my clock, and we'll be having 21 slides po for the next part of our lecture discussion. So let's proceed po with our lecture. Yes,
let's proceed kasi shortly lang man itong APP. Ang next topic kasi natin is the annual procurement plan. Yung annual procurement plan kasi is just a consolidation of the project procurement management plan. So we will just discuss, no? Medyo hindi siya ganun ka heavy na topic yung annual procurement plan kaysa doon sa PPMP. So yung PPMP may mga different components, no? We discussed yung identification ng need, yung text specs, yung costing, di ba? Yun ang diniscuss natin. What are the tips in preparing this, no, or formulating this tech specs and costing. Okay, so but pagdating sa annual procurement plan, mabilis na lang kasi we just consolidate it. Anyway, sige, let me proceed. By the way, discuss ko muna yung green specifications, no? I think you've seen earlier yung teaser on video teaser on the green specifications, no? Teaser ba yun or is it's an infographic on green specifications in green public procurement, rather green public procurement. Now, we are supportive kasi, no? Supportive tayo doon sa si Philippines on the na yung resources natin and so on and so forth. So we are now shifting to renewable, like sa energy, renewable energy, no? Hindi na yung fossil fuel which is causing so much damage in our environment, no? So we are supportive. So as early as 2017, nag-issue na ng resolution si GPPB highlighting yung Philippine Green Public Procurement Roadmap. Okay. So nakita nyo doon sa video presentation kanina nung last knowledge check tayo at saka nag-break, no, bago tayo nag-break. So in this resolution, it sets yung CSE or Common Supplies and Equipment na nasa Procurement Service DBM and the non-CSEs with green specification. So, kumbaga, just a background, no, to tell you, honestly, the government spends so much or invests so much in the economy. So tayo gumagastos, bumibili, kasi ginagamit natin as our inputs in the conduct of our operations. And so therefore, sabi ni government, hindi, in order for us to support yung pong calling to further preserve our environment to the next generation, we will be the one to dictate or influence the market, the manufacturer, okay, the producers. Tayo dapat mag-dictate sa kanila. Hindi sila mag-dictate sa atin. So ang ginawa ni GPPB, nag-set siya ng first 10, ito 10 CSE and 10 non-CSE. Yung 10 CSE and non-CSE, meron na siyang kasamang green specifications, no? Green criteria. Okay, so that kapag yung gobyerno, di ba, yung procurement service, sila bumibili in bulk. So kapag bumibili sa procurement service, okay, ito yung requirements ko, kasama doon yung green specs. Pag hindi mo to na-comply, hindi kami bibili sa'yo. So, with the large investment that we are pouring in the economy, we can dictate what to buy. Okay? Kasi tayo yung magsiset ng criteria. So, the producers now, or the manufacturers, are also now shifting to new modalities in their operations. Like for example, in the producing toilet paper or multi-copy paper, if you buy it at the procurement service, kakabili kayo doon ng papel, manotice nyo, di ba, iba yung texture, yung sa toilet paper, no? Iba yung ano niya, lambot, hindi ganun kalambot. Kapag kaipahin mo, may maiiwan na. Just kidding. Hindi siya ganun kaputi. Oh. Di ba kasi hindi siya masyadong, wala siyang chemical or kukonti or at minimum level yung kanyang bleach content or whatever chemical that makes it, na puputi siya. Okay. So, in that case, we dictate, we influence. So kaya nga, tayo yung nagsiset ng criteria, tayo magpo-provide ng specification. So can we include green specifications? Yes. So we are not limited by the first 10 and the CSE and non-CSE items. We are, as procuring entities, tayo po sa LGU, malaki din po ini-invest natin. So dapat we introduce na the green specifications. Okay? Kasi ito ay kumbaga tulong natin doon po sa ating kumbaga in adhering to the call of preserving still our our environment, our planet for the next generation to come. Okay? So yun. So kailangan nating isama, no? Kasi 'di ba nagdi-discuss tayo ng technical specs. So isama natin sa tech specs natin yung green specifications. You are not limited by this 10, 10 kasi these are the initial that was identified in 2017. So this time we can actually include that. Okay? Now, punta tayo, what is the purchase request? Okay, bago tayo mag-continue, no? Sa APP. Yung purchase request ay to be prepared.
Sabi ko may bidding ka lang.
Yan. Meron natang nagdi-discuss. Yan. Sige, yung purchase request, just to continue, ang tanong dito, alin ba ang nauna? Purchase request o yung PPMP? Of course, mauna muna yung PPMP kasi nga procurement planning, yung purchase request signals the Bids and Awards Committee to start the procurement activity, di ba? So dapat nauna si PPMP saka si purchase request. Meaning to say, magre-request ka kapag ka nasa APP, di ba? Kasi no procurement shall be undertaken unless this in accordance with the approved procurement plan. So dapat mauna muna yung PPMP item sa inyo po purchase request. Okay? Yun lang po yung spillover pala ng ating pong PPMP. Punta tayo sa annual procurement plan. Annual procurement plan, it covers the entirety of the procurement activity PPMP. And it should be maintained and updated regularly. Okay? So yan po yung ating APP. Basis po ng ating conduct ng procurement. Kaya bakit kailangan meron tayo nito? Because it's a requirement, no? Under the rules. We cannot conduct a procurement unless it's in accordance with an approved APP. Okay? Then, the consolidation, dapat pwedeng mag-adapt, no? Pwedeng mag-adapt ng strategy si Bids and Awards Committee on how to proceed with the consolidation. Okay? Pwedeng i-manage nila yung pong procurement activities. Okay? Take note that since our plan was prepared ahead of time sa conduct ng procurement, then there's a possibility na there could be items that may be no longer be pursued. So pwede nating i-update yung atin pong PPMP and the APP. Okay? So di ba yung PPMP isa sa mga tool in order for the procuring entity to maximize the utilization of resources, di ba? So kung pwede nating baguhin, i-amend. Yung nakalagay sa rules po, at least once every 6 months, or as often as may be required, no? So pwede po, pagka gusto nyo, weekly ang amendment, pwede rin. Monthly, pwede. Wala naman pong violation yan. But ang indication kasi kapag weekly or daily kayo nag-amend ng APP or PPMP, ibig sabihin, hindi kayo nagplano, no? Amend ka lang ng amend. Diba? Kumbaga, puro amendment na lang ginawa mo. Diba? Talagang hindi ka nagplano. It is an indication that you did not plan. So, kapag ka gumawa ka ng maayos na plano, then it's possible kukunti lang yung maaaring maging amendments. Okay? Yeah. So on how to prepare, well, depende sa inyo on paano yung pag-constitute ninyo ng end users, no? So kami kasi is by division, yung divisions ng agencies will be constituted as end users. Sa LGU could be departments or units or offices. Pwede nating i-constitute as end user, and each end user will submit, end user units rather, submit the PPMP, and this will be transmitted to the BAC. The BACSEC will consolidate and then recommend to the HOPE for approval. So ito po yung medyo summary, no? So the moment meron na tayong appropriations ordinance, okay, sa LGU. So instead na manggagaling sa end user, it will be from the budget office. Okay? Ang mangyayari dito is yung for the finalization na ito ng APP. Di ba meron na tayong indicative APP as prepared before? nung procurement planning tayo, PPMP, prepared by the end user until such time na ma-approve yung indicative APP. But the moment there's an approved budget or appropriations, manggagaling na yan ngayon yung comments on the concerned PPMPs of the end users from the budget office. Uy, na-slash yung budget mo, paki-reprioritize naman. Baka meron kang maring tanggalin dito kasi hindi na ito consistent ng iyong budget. Example, from 10 million, ginawa na lang 8 million ng sanggunian. So, kailangan niyang i-reprioritize yung kanyang items, di ba? So, magko-comment doon si budget office and then transmit a copy to the end user. The end user will consider reprioritization or revision of the PPMP. And then the PPMP will be transmitted immediately to the BAC. And then the BAC Secretariat with the help of the BAC Secretariat will finalize. O, kasi, di ba? Ang ano natin dito is that once there's an approved budget, dapat consistent yung iyong APP. So, i-finalize niyo yung APP and then have it approved by the whole. Okay? So, paano ba yung consolidation natin mangyayari? Well, you can sort it by type of procurement. You can also, i-separate ninyo yung CSE and non-CSE. Yung mga IT, yung mga design and build project, i-separate natin yan. Then what will be the modes of procurement and then the source of funding. So, depende po sa Bids and Awards Committee. Wala pong hard and fast rule on how to strategize in coming up with an annual procurement plan for approval doon kay Hope. Okay? Okay? Yan. Ito po yung form niya. Tandaan lang natin yung column 4. That is an additional column. Yung column on EPA or not. Column 4. Okay? Downloadable po ito sa GPPB website. Yung EPA or not is early procurement activities. Mag-a-apply ba or hindi? You just answered yes or no. Yes or no lang po ang sagot niya. So, kung mapapansin nyo, yung pong format na downloadable sa GPPB, meron po yung dyan, may mga, kung doon po siya dinownload talaga sa website ni GPPB, like itong column dito sa column 6, yung paglagay ng date, automatic po, pag kiniklik po natin dyan, may lumalabas po na calendar. So, hindi kayo mahirapang mamili ng date. Okay. And then, ito pong total column, yung sa column 8, hindi po natin binabago yan kasi naka-fix po yung formula dyan. So we just edit MOE and capital outlay columns. Automatic na po siyang mag-total. Okay? So, ayan po yung kagandahan ng downloadable version ng APP. So ito po siya yung sample. I think this is from the GPPB TSO. Yan, sa coding structure pa lang, no? They adapted their own coding structure. So, on your own, you can also adapt. No? Like this one, for example, acquisition of laptops, 38 units. Sino yung end user? IMD. Ano ba yung IMD? Information and Management Division natin yan. Pwede ba siya sa EPA? The answer is no. Hindi niya in EPA. Kasi yung mode of procurement niya is agency to agency. Meron kasing limitation yung conduct ng EPA. So, yan po. And then, we just provide a copy of this, no? Ganito yan, no? Meron tayong indicative APP, diba? Kanina na-discuss ko. Tapos meron tayong final APP. Ito yung final APP. Yung indicative APP, sinasubmit natin yan kasama sa ating budget proposal. Yung budget proposal natin, tinatransmit sa local sanggunian, di po ba? But the final APP, ito na yan. Yung final APP, tinatransmit natin sa GPPB TSO. Okay, tandaan po natin. Sa GPPB TSO po. Okay? Now, paano pagka may amendments tayong i-introduce? Paano ba yung proseso? Well, pareho lang. We go back to the end user. Why? Because the end user stands to benefit on the procurement transaction. Okay? Di ba? Siya yung magbe-benefit, so balik tayo sa kanya. Kasi siya yung dapat mag-provide ng tech specs, costing, etc. Yung na-discuss natin kanina. And then, of course, i-consolidate na naman yung amendments, gawing supplemental APP, and have it approved by the Hope. Okay? Yan. What are the notes? Okay, internal numbering system. Although you can use the unified account code structure by the national, no? We are using that. Although hindi naman talaga siya mandatory. Pwede bang magkaroon ng multiple end user? For example, computer, si department, si treasury, si budget, si accounting, mangailangan sila ng laptops. Okay, laptop dito, laptop sa kabila, laptop din doon sa treasury department. So pwede mong ilagay doon sa user, end user, multiple, lagay mo budget office, treasury office, accounting office. Pwede siyang i-combine. Kasi it's possible na similar procurement yon. One-time procurement lang yun ipo-procure ni Bids and Awards Committee. Okay? Drop-down list are available for mode of procurement, source of funds, and yung pong date, kasama yung date na na-mention ko kanina. So maganda po itong ginawa ni GPPB sa ating pong prescribed form na APP. Yan, yung date na yan yun. Pwede pong may mga drop-down menu na lumalabas. Then ABC column cannot be edited, no? And then for MICA projects, ABC shall be the full amount. No? For example, kung 1 billion, lagay niyo yung 1 billion full amount. But with remarks na yung first year will be 100 million, second year will be another 100 million. Kasi yung MICA kasi binibid natin one time, big time yan. Yung buong 1 billion, for example. Pero yung disbursements na mangyayari will be 100 million for this year by phasing. 100 million for next year. 200 million for the third year. Ganun, by phasing. Okay? But I think, I mentioned earlier na maaaring hindi applicable sa LGU kasi nga yung continuing appropriations nyo ay forever, hindi naman forever, until na matapos yung project. So, hindi kailangan ng MICA yun. Unlike sa national na yung continuing is limited to what the General Appropriations Act provides. Okay? Yan. Now, anong pagkakaiba ng CSE at saka APP? Meron kasi tayong APP and the APP CSE. Well, aside sa pangalan, confusing kasi minsan itong APP CSE kaya kailangan nating i-differentiate. Pag sinabi nating APP, yan yung tinatransmit sa GPPB-TSO. Whereas, APP CSE, ang content kasi niyan are purely supplies and equipment lang. Yung APP natin kanina is the entire procurement opportunities of the procuring entity. Whereas APP CSE, only the supplies. Kaya nga CSE, supplies and equipment. So saan natin tinatransmit yan? Sa procurement service ng DBM. Okay? So sa procurement service ng DBM, doon sinasubmit for the purpose of consolidating all the CSE requirement of the government. Yun din ang maging basihan ni PS to procure in bulk. Thereafter, binibenta nila sa atin, di ba? Kung tayo, bumibili tayo sa procurement service. Pag sinabi nating CSE, refers to the supplies, materials, and equipment that are included in the price list of the procurement service, which are necessary in the official business of the procuring entity and is consumed in its day-to-day operations. So normally, papel, equipment, printer, ink, mga ganon, di ba? Mga simpleng bagay na ginagamit sa operations ng agency. Okay? In terms of the form, magkaiba talaga siya. Ito yung format ng APP CSE. And usually, ina-upload nila ito sa kanilang website and then hindi niyo pwedeng i-edit ito. No? Maglalagay lang tayo ng quantity. Normally, quantity lang sinusulat natin dyan. Automatic na siyang mag-generate ng price, no? Total per item and total dun sa baba, sa dulo. Okay? And this is to be transmitted via online. Ikaklaro ko lang ha, kasi sa mga LGUs namin dito, meron pa rin early procurement regime, no? Bago po tayo mag-knowledge check kasi meron tayong knowledge check in between sa EPA. Okay. Ano ba itong early procurement regime? Okay, it refers to the conduct of procurement activities from posting of the procurement opportunity if required until recommendation of the BAC to the Hope as the award of the contract for goods to be delivered, infrastructure to be implemented, and consulting service deliberation and authorization. Within that period, until December, pwede na tayong mag-EPA, early procurement. Ideally kasi dapat by January meron na tayong effective na budget. Effective January 1. So kung effective January 1 yung budget, by January 1 or January 2, we can already award a contract. Okay? Di ba? Kasi nag-EPA tayo. Early procurement. So by January, pwede tayong mag-award. Di ba? Mabilis, mas efficient. Okay? Now, kaya nga, ito yung mga reasons why we have this EPA. It facilitates yung pong early completion ng procurement project. The PAC can now manage their procurement activities. Kasi, you can just imagine, yung trabaho ni Bids and Awards Committee, ano yan? That's on top, add-on function yan. Di ba? You can just imagine kung every month na lang mayroong procurement, ano na lang ang trabaho magagawa? Regular trabaho na magawa nung Bids and Awards Committee or yung back secretariat, no? Now, unless of course you have a back secretariat that is organic, no? You created positions for that, no? For example. So that's why kung nakapag-EPA tayo, so kukunti na lang ang ipoprocure ni Bids and Awards Committee if in case meron pa by next year. Kasi supposed to be January or sometime February, awarding ka na lang, nag-award ka na lang. Kasi nga tapos na-procure mo na yan last year. Second, timely implementation of projects. Kasi kapag award tayo ng early din po yung implementation ng project. Di po ba? Unlike dati, kung wala pa yung EPA, nagsa-start tayo ng procurement January. Nag-fail yung bidding, rebid tayo March. Nag-fail na naman, nag-rebid na naman tayo by May or June. You can just imagine, 2 quarters of the year, wala kang nagawa, wala kang output, puro ka lang bidding. Diba? O kung in case na-award siya by June, nag-start ka ng implementation July, kinulang ka na sa time. Kung infrastructure project yan, normally it will run to 100 to 200 or 300 days. Na-delay yung procurement, na-delay din yung services. Okay? So, kung nagka-EPA tayo, nag-EPA, early procurement, January, nag-i-implement ka na kasi na-award mo na kaagad by January. So, effectively manage procurement project. So, on the part of the back, marirelieve yung portion ng kanilang procurement activities pagka nag-conduct na tayo ng EPA earlier. So, kukunti na lang ipoprocure mo next year. Okay. So, yun yung mga benefits ng EPA. Now, saan siya applicable? Well, applicable siya sa goods, infrastructure, and consultancy services. Lahat po, no? Including LGUs, nandiyan local government units. Ano yung funding sources? Appropriations Ordinance ni LGU. Okay? So, meantime, na wala pang Appropriations Ordinance, pwede na tayong mag-EPA. Okay? A procurement project shall refer to a specific or identified procurement which shall be described in the PPMP and APP. That is what approved. Then that's the time we finalize our APP. Okay? Now, take note that EPA is not applicable in all instances. Okay? May mga exceptions. Okay? Competitive bidding, it applies. Pwede tayong mag-EPA niyan. Alternative methods of procurement, pwede tayong mag-EPA except, okay? Except itong 5. 1, 2, 3. In this case kasi, sa EPA, paano ka makakapag-repeat order? Hindi ka pa nga nakapagsimula Diba? Wala kang ang bidding na existing. Okay? So, hindi tayo pwede mag-repeat order. Shopping. Sa shopping kasi, there are 2 instances. Yung unforeseen contingency, yung kung to be procured immediately, and those that are not available at the procurement service, 52.1A. No? So, 52.1A and 52.1B respectively. So, yung unforeseen contingency, paano mo malaman na magkakaroon ka ng contingency? Hindi mo pa malalaman yun. Paano mo rin malaman na walang stock sa PS? Hindi mo malalaman yun kasi wala pa Mag-ano pa lang tayo, nagpe-prepare pa lang tayo. Hindi pa tayo nag-conduct ng actual procurement. So sa shopping, the conditions would tell us na hindi talaga siya applicable. Logic will tell us to be determined during the budget year na. Not at this time. Okay. It will be determined during the budget year. The conditions will be satisfied during the budget year. So we cannot do shopping. Emergency cases. The question is, paano mo nalaman na magkabagyo? Di ba? So hindi ka pwede mag-EPA for emergency cases. Okay? Under emergency cases rather. Takeover contracts. Sa takeover contracts, there's already an awarded contract. Okay? And the awarded contract has been terminated. And so therefore, you procure the remaining portions of the contract by way of takeover. So paano mo malaman na mati-terminate siya by next year? Hindi mo malalaman yun. So, the conditions will tell us na it will happen next year and therefore, hindi tayo pwede mag-EPA. Negotiated procurement. Hindi mo kailangan i-procure yan ngayon kasi small value. And normally, small value procurement, ito ay based on need. Based naman lahat, every time, binibili natin small value. Kapag ka nangangailangan tayo, yan. Nagsa-small value tayo. Okay? So, yun. These are the exception. Hindi kasama si repeat order, hindi kasama si shopping, hindi kasama si emergency cases, si takeover contracts, si small value procurement. All others, under alternative methods, pwede, except itong 5. Okay, tandaan po natin yan. Okay, so of course, katulad din ng regular procurement natin, kapag ka nagkakandak ng EPA, ganun pa rin yung sistema. Merong mga preparatory activities. Of course, yung conduct of cost-benefit analysis, feasibility and market research, these are part of procurement planning. So, ganun pa rin. Yun ang ginagawa natin. Actually, it's a requirement really for us to do this prior to the conduct of actual procurement. For civil works, kailangan nagkaroon na ng detailed engineering, nagkaroon na ng mga clearances, na-acquire na yung mga right of way. No? Kumbaga, it's already in the name of the agency concerned. Now, the APP, dalawang klase ng APP ang na-mention ko kanina, indicative and final. Now, ang to be submitted to the sanggunian, together with our budget proposals, ay yun pong indicative. Kasi wala pang approved budget niya. The final APP, that is the one that is to be transmitted to the GPPB. Okay, klaro tayo niyan. I think ulit-ulit kong na-mention yan kanina. So again, no, tandaan po natin yung exceptions. Hindi po kasama itong 5. Now, let's check muna tayo, ma'am. Bago tayo mag-break ng 5 minutes.
Yes po, Director Martin. Alright, so for our 4th knowledge check question, may we request the participants, our Zoom participants, to answer through the Zoom chat box. Because, ito na po, Director Martin, we will again be giving a special token to the first participant who shall correctly answer this particular question. Again, for our Zoom participants po, no, for you to qualify as our knowledge check winner, we need 2 things. First, you need to answer the question correctly, and your Zoom names should follow the required format. Also, for those who won na po, no, either as our early bird participant or knowledge check winner, you will automatically be excluded na po as our candidate winner. Ika nga po nila, no, let us always give chance to others. All right? So for our 4th knowledge check question, the question is, early procurement activity is applicable for procurement projects undertaken through NP small value procurement. Is it true or false? Again, the question is, early procurement activity is applicable for procurement projects undertaken through negotiated procurement small value procurement or NPS SVP. Is this true or false? Again po, kindly answer through the Zoom chat box. All right. From what is registered po in my Zoom chat box? Sige sir, let's reveal muna kung ano po yung correct answer.
Sige, kasi may price ito, no?
Yes, sir. Opo.
Paunahan.
Yes,
Ang
sir.
tanong is early procurement activity is applicable to procurement projects undertaken under negotiated procurement, small value procurement. The question is it true or false? Now, the answer is, of course, false. Okay? Kasi nandun nga siya sa exception eh. Kaka-mention ko lang nung 5, di ba? Ilang beses ko pa inulit, no? Yung 5 exception na hindi po mag-a-apply yung EPA. Okay? So, yun. So, false po ang sagot. Ilang percent po ba, ma'am?
All right. So the
Oh,
correct answer
chat box
is
na maraming false sa chat box. Yan.
yes, sir. Opo. False. So from what is registered in my Zoom chat box po, and I have also requested po the assistance of our technical team to verify our winner. So for our knowledge check winner for today, we have LGU Aurora. From LGU Aurora po, Sir Antolin Kinko. I hope I pronounced your surname right po. No? So congratulations po, sir, for correctly answering our knowledge check question. All right, so may I also take this opportunity to remind the participants of the discussion, as promised, let us first have a quick bio break and let us be back after 5 minutes.
Ma'am, ayan. Nawala ako, nag-off ako ng kasi may pumasok sa office. Anyway, so ilang percent po doon, ma'am, kanina? Meron po tayong kasi gusto ko explain.
Ay, sige po.
May
we request po our technical team to please flash?
Malaman ko lang kung ilang percent.
78%. All right, sir. We have 78% who answered
78%.
false. Yes po, and then 20% who answered true.
But anyway, clear naman po talaga doon sa exception, no? Na hindi po applicable yung small value procurement sa EPA. Kasi nga, siya ay exception. Okay? Kung applicable siya sa competitive bidding and alternative methods of procurement, except yung 5. Na-mention ko na yung 5 eh. Yung repeat order, shopping, emergency cases, small value procurement, and takeover contracts. Okay, so klaro po yun ha. Sana hindi na po tayo magkakamali. Okay? Yeah. Sige, let's proceed. Proceed na lang tayo, ma'am.
Ay, sige po.
Pero may open forum pa mamaya. Kasi
sige, sir.
makulangan ako sa time.
Opo.
Anyway,
Go ahead po. Let us now proceed with our next.
Kasi gusto kong mag-open forum, masagot ko yung may mga tanong na kasi akong nakikita sa ating pong chat box. So I will address them all during the open forum. But let us proceed with the topic. Medyo patapos na po tayo. And I hope madaanan ko rin yung iba na sana nasagot ko na rin yung nasa mga questions. So now take note that yung indicative APP hindi kailangang i-submit sa procurement sa GPPB. But the requirement sa national, kasi ito sa national, kailangang i-post namin sa transparency seal. For the LGUs naman, meron kayong website. You can post that in your website, or kung wala kayong website, you post it at any conspicuous place, okay, designated for the purpose. Now, yung certificate of availability of funds, baka may tanong nyo, paano yung certificate of availability of funds, sir? Kailangan po ba? The answer is no. Kasi nga wala ka pang approved budget eh. Magsicertify ka na ng available yung funds. Paano kung siniro out ngayon yung budget? 10 million yung project. Pagdating sa sanggunian, siniro out nila. Of course, that's within their naman. No? So hindi nawala yung project na yon. Nag-EPA ka na. Ano mangyayari? Mag-award ka? The answer is no. Second is, wala nga, hindi pa available. So hindi pa kailangan yung certificate of availability of funds. Okay. Kinakailangan lang yan kapag may approved budget na. And it is a requirement actually for awarding. Dito, conduct pa lang ng procurement activities, EPA pa lang. During awarding, kailangan muna ng certificate of availability of funds. Okay? Take note that the bidding documents and the PhilJEP's posting shall expressly provide that the procurement is conducted or undertaken through EPA. Bakit kailangan i-specify sa atin pong bidding documents and the PhilJEP's posting na this is through EPA? The reason is that the bidder assumes a greater risk. Ano yung risk? The risk of the budget not being approved. Di ba? So, hindi ma-award kung hindi ma-approve yung budget. Or the risk that the budget may be reduced. Okay? Risk din yun. That is the reason why the bidders shall be properly informed. And these are some of the rules that are to be indicated. No? Yung rules ng procedures ng EPA. Yun nga, isa na yun dyan, mga possibilities na hindi ma-approve or ma-reduce yung budget. Second is yung fixed price rule. Hindi natin alam kung kailan ma-approve yung budget. It's possible na magka-reenacted budget yung LGU for the next few months. So hindi ma-award kaagad yung contract kapag nagka-reenacted budget. So fixed price rule. Baka maaring tumaas na yung mga presyo by that time. Okay? So the bidder will have to be informed and he assumes this risk. Yung mga bid validity ng kanyang securities, di ba? Nagpo-provide siya ng bid security. Okay? So kailangan niyang i-extend yun. Yung mga clearances niya, yung mga permits, no, tax clearance and so on and so forth, mayor's permit, they need to renew this for purposes of award. Okay? Kasi kailangan renewed lahat ng licenses. Now, kasi possible during the time na nag-EPA ka, hindi pa na-award during the tolling periods, maaaring nag-expire yung mga clearances. So for purposes of award, kailangan i-renew the bidder. And the date of earliest delivery. Di natin alam kung kailan yan. Okay? Kasi nga, dependent siya doon sa approval ng appropriations. Okay? Now, is there a possibility that the EPA might also fail or there could be failure of bidding, yung pong conducted bidding? Ano bang nangyari? Ano ba ang pagkukulang kung bakit tayo nag-failure? So, kaya binibigyan ng period of time. Okay? Take note that kapag ka nagkaroon ng approved budget, kailangan nating baguhin yung ating, or i-finalize rather, yung ating indicative APP into a final APP. So as soon as the funding source for the procurement project has been approved, regardless of the stage, then we need to have our APP finalized. Okay? So of course, consistent with the approved budget. Okay. Now, once we have an approved APP, that will now be our basis in the award of the contract. Now, but notwithstanding the approval ng ating budget, may isang klase pang approval na gagawin si Hope. Ano ba yon? Yung pag-approve ng award. Kahit may budget na, kung ayaw ko na namang i-award kasi based on my evaluation, mayroong pagkukulang si Bids and Awards Committee. Or, the Hope may also exercise his power under Section 41. Yung po yung reservation clause. No? So, again, no, kahit may approved budget, nag-EPA na, may approved budget na, ga-approve na sana tayo, mag-award na. Hindi in-award ni Hope. Is that within the power of the Hope? Yes. Within the power ng Hope yun. So, pwede siyang mag-issue ng award doon sa lowest calculated and responsive bidder or highest rated bid and sign the contract. Or pwede niyang i-disapprove yung award. Kasi mayroong hindi na-comply si Bids and Awards Committee or there's something wrong in the bidding, pwede yung i-disapprove. Maaari pa rin yun. Now, the final approved APP, yung pinaka-final na approved APP, I always keep on mentioning this, must be submitted to the GPPB on or before January of the budget year in accordance with timing din kasi January ideally dapat may approved budget ka na, di ba? So within that January or January 30, dapat na submit na yung final APP to the GPPB. This is in accordance with Executive Order 662 as amended by 662A and 662B. Okay? Okay, now, ang question ngayon, doon sa awarding, kasi pwedeng i-award, pwedeng hindi i-award, di po ba? Now, when to award a contract, especially those procured under EPA. Okay? So, notwithstanding the mandatory procurement timeline provided in Section 37, procurement projects undertaken through EPA may be awarded upon the approval of the appropriations. Ang nilagay dyan is GA. It should be Appropriations Ordinance. Appropriations Ordinance, reenacted budget, as the, corporate budget as the case may be. Okay? So, of course, depende kung saan sa atin sa LGU is Appropriations Ordinance or either reenacted budget. Okay? Now, kapag ganito po yung scenario, 1 million yung nasa NEP, or in your case kasi is LGU, LEP ang tawag nun. LEP stands for Local Expenditure Program. 1 million yung nasa LEP. Yung ABC na ginamit nyo for purposes of PEPA is 1 million. Yung lowest calculated responsive bid is 1 million. Yung na-approve sa appropriations, 1 million. So the question is, can you award? Yes, of course, you can award. Okay? Basta, ito ang tanda natin. Basta yung appropriations, basta yung lowest calculated responsive bid, ito yung lowest, within siya, pasok siya sa appropriations, okay? It must not go beyond the appropriations, it must be within, and therefore you can award. Okay, tandaan po natin, pa-qualify ko, another qualification, kasi dito we can award. Okay? Ka-qualify ko, kailan hindi pwede. Now, in case of reenacted budget, tandaan po ito reenacted budget. Okay? Ibig sabihin, yung budget ng previous year ay naulit. Kadamihan nangyayari sa LGU ito Yung magkakaroon ng reenacted. Kumbaga, kung anong budget mo sa kabilang taon, inulit mo lang this year kasi nga walang naipasang budget yung local sanggunian. Tandaan po natin, kapag recurring projects, recurring, reenacted, the same scenario, the question is, can you award the contract? The answer is yes. Okay? However, kapag reenacted, new project, tandaan po natin reenacted, new project, the answer is you cannot award a contract. So, dalawang scenario ito. Tatlong scenario. Kapag may approved budget, tapos ganito yung situation, yung sa example natin, 1 million, 1 million, 1 million, yan, we can award. Kapag nagka-reenacted budget, we must check further. Check further if ito ay recurring project. Like for example, janitorial services. Okay, meron yan sa previous year budget? Meron. Meron din yan sa current year budget? Meron kasi recurring na siya Kapag ka-recurring, we can award. Kasi recurring siya. What if new project? Kumbaga, sa previous year's budget, wala talaga yun siya. Kasi new project siya. Wala siya sa previous year's budget. Kumbaga, procurement of vehicle. Wala naman kayong procurement of vehicle sa previous year's budget. For example, gano'n. Talagang bagong project siya. Wala siya. So kung wala, hindi ka mag-award. New project na Yan po yun. Now, another situation is this. Okay? Kapag ka 1.2 million NEP, LEP o ABC 1.2, local calculated responsive, you can award kung meron kayong appropriations. Okay? Now again, we go back to the two qualifications. What if reenacted? Kung reenacted, again, we check further. Check further. Kung ito ay recurring, then we can award. If it is not a recurring, rather it is a new project, you don't award. Because this is a new project. Hindi mo makikita yan sa reenacted budget. Klaro ako niyan
Director Martin? I think we lost Director Martin po, no? Usually ganyan po talaga, we're having struggles and challenges with regard to internet connectivity. But may I please, I think Director Martin?
Ay ma'am, sorry, nakat ako. Biglang na yung connection, buti na lang nag-reconnect siya using the backup. Pero yun,
No
nawala
problem,
na.
sir. Opo. Alright po, go ahead.
Mag-share ako, sige. Malapit na matapos. Sorry. Yan. Yan, ito sa rule number 2, no? So, ganun pa rin. Kapag ka, na-mention ko kanina, kapag ka reenacted budget yung source, tapos new project, you don't award. No? Hindi natin i-award yun. Kasi nga, wala siya sa reenacted budget eh. Kasi bago siya. Okay. Now, when not to award? Kapag ka nawala yung budget, 0. Okay? Or kapag ka na-reduce, either new budget ito or reenacted budget, okay? Either sa dalawa, hindi tayo mag-award. Bakit? Kasi wala eh. 'Di ba? Ang pinaka-reference point natin is the lowest bidder, calculated bidder. Tapos i-compare natin sa appropriations. Kung within siya sa appropriations, we can award. Okay? Like in the second example, 900 yung lowest, pero 800 lang yung in-approve. So you cannot award. Sino ba namang bidder ang tatanggap? 900 yung binid ko, 800 lang ibabayad mo. Di ba? So that's common sense. We cannot award. All the more na we cannot award kung 0 talaga yung budget, no? So what happens? Mag-declare ka ng failure of bidding, wala kang funding source eh. Failure of bidding. And then, by virtue of Section 41, kasi nga nawala yung budget, allowed po ma-recover ni bidder yung kanyang ginastos. Ano ba yung ginastos niya? Yung pambayad ng bid docs fee. Ayan. So, in that instance, pwede nating isoli yung binayad niya for bid docs. Okay? Kasi nga, di naman niya kasalanan na hindi binadgetan yung project na yon. Okay? So, yan. Now, not to award if the Hope exercises reservation clause, the reservation clause under Section 41. Okay? Pwedeng hindi award. Okay? Also, hindi rin mag-award just in case kung hindi pa natanggap. Ito naman sa applicable sa mga national government agencies. Meron silang mga lower operating units. Kung hindi pa naibigay yung SARO or yung allotment, hindi mo na mag-a-award. I think meron din atang applicable ito sa LGU kasi meron silang mga financial assistance and kailangan matanggap nila yung notice or advisory coming from the DBM na meron ng SARO na na-issue. So the moment matanggap nila yon, saka pa sila mag-a-award. Kung hindi pa natanggap, then you cannot award. Okay? So yun. So, meron po tayong tinatawag na tolling of periods, no? Kasi nga meron tayong nasa Section 37 and Section 38. Sa Section 37 yan po yung awarding ni Hope, okay? 15 calendar days lang po binibigay sa kanya from the resolution of the BAC. 3 months period naman from bid opening until award. Okay? So, naka-provide po yan sa ating pong rule. So, kailangan pong ma-comply yan. But the problem is, what if wala pang ang approved budget? So, paano nga tayo ma-comply? Paano natin ma-comply itong 15-day period and the 3 months period? So, kaya nga, under this rule, meron pong tolling of the periods. Meaning to say, that the periods covered from the time of that submission, the transmittal of the recommendation by the BAC for approval by the Hope, until the approval of the budget, that is considered as a suspended period. Suspended, so masuspend po yung period na yan. So, since nasuspend yung period, the time will begin to run again from the time the appropriations is approved. So it shall not commence anew, rather it only grants the balance. So kung meron na siyang na-consume for how many days, then from the time of approval, yung remaining balance lang may ibibigay. So wala po tayong tinatawag na fresh period in this case. So ito po yung diagram niyan. If from September 22, nagkaroon ng bid opening. So from bid opening kasi until award, dapat matapos ni Bids and Awards Committee or makomplete yung procurement process na 3 months, no? So from bid opening until recommendation, 43 days na ang naubos niya. So from November 5 to January or December 31, yan yung tinatawag na suspended period or tolled period. Hindi po natin bibilangin yan. So magsisimula po yung counting ng 3 months period upon the approval of the budget. If in case na-approve yung budget by January, no? Or effective yung budget by January. Okay? Now, also the 15-day calendar days will only run the moment na may approve na budget. So, yun yung magiging reckoning point ng yung 15 days and the 3 months period. So in this case, from January, since ideally kung palagay natin na-approve yung budget, and merong 15 days si Hope to award. Because that is what is provided in Section 37. Sa Section 38 naman, 3 months period from the time of bid opening until award. No? So meron siya until Feb 17. Kasi 43 days plus 47 days, that's 90 days. And when we count months in under the civil code, it speaks of 30 days. So 30 times 3, that's 3 months. So that's 90 days. Okay? So 90 minus 43, that's 47 days remaining in order to complete procurement process. So ito po yung explanation niya. Although nasabi ko naman din. No? So to award is until January 16. To complete is February 17. Okay? So yan po yung...
Kasi po, we have another requirement po, no? Again, for you to be selected as our KC winner, you have to have the correct Zoom name format. So again po, no, for our Zoom participants, let us follow po the required Zoom name format. But nevertheless, again, ma'am, congratulations po for your active participation. Moving forward, finally, to our 5th and final knowledge check question for today. We are back again with our Zoom polling feature po. So again, this time, cast your answers directly on the pop-up poll that is being flashed on our screen. So the question is, in the case of a reenacted budget, the PE may also award the contract for new procurement projects undertaken through EPA. Is this true or false? Again, the question is, in the case of a reenacted budget, the PE may also award the contract for new procurement projects undertaken true or false. All right. I hope all of our Zoom participants po, no, would participate.
Sana tama,
in
no?
our final.
Sana tama, no?
Yes po, Director Martin.
Sana 100%. Sa lahat ng batches, hindi pa ako naka 100% sa question na ito.
2% of our participants answered false, while 8% answered true.
Yan, no? So, ayun, paulit-ulit ko po kanina, no? Tama po yung sagot na false. Kasi nga, yung reenacted budget, di ba? Ang tanong doon, sa reenacted budget, makakapag-award ba tayo kapag ka ito ay new project? The answer is no, you cannot award. Kasi nga, new project ngayon eh, wala yun doon sa reenacted budget. Ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng reenacted budget? Di ba yan yung budget ng previous year na inulit this year? So kung new project yan, wala talaga yan sa budget. So bakit ka mag-award? Oh, yan yung tanong doon. So the answer is false. We cannot award because wala kang funding source if that's the case. Okay? So I think that's clear, no? Thank you so much. And let's proceed. Ma'am, ano?
Director. I think, sir, we have 3 more slides left for our final part of our...
Sige.
Back to you po,
And
sir.
so, yung last na yung topic is on simplified posting and electronic submission of procurement report. So tandaan po natin, meron po tayong responsibility Hindi lang po yung pag-prepare ng procurement plan, pag-conduct ng procurement. Pagkatapos po niyan, may sinasubmit po tayo sa GPPB. Yan po yung procurement reports na tinatawag. And this time, it will be done through electronic means. Tandaan po natin, electronic means, just to announce lang, please, huwag na kayong mag-submit ng hard copies kasi hindi na po yan tinatanggap ni GPPB. Now, ano-ano ba yung mga sinasubmit natin GPPB? Okay? Ang unang isubmit is yung final APP. Natatandaan nyo po yung final APP versus the indicative APP. Yung indicative APP, we don't submit it to GPPB. What is to be submitted is the final APP. The final APP must be consistent with that of the approved budget. Second, yung pangalawang i-submit natin, and this is to be done semestral, is the updated APP. So lahat ng ating mga supplemental APP for the first semester will be submitted in July. Andyan po, no? Ano-ano ba yung mga date? Kung kailan kayo nag-award, kailan kayo nag-bid opening, yan talaga ang actual. Kumbaga, it will provide for you the actual dates or actual information on the conduct of procurement. No? So, semestral din ang submission. No? Yung first semester will be submitted July 14. Bakit mayroong 14? Kasi yan po ang naka-indicate sa rules. And yung sa second semester will be January 14 of the next year. Okay? So, procurement monitoring report yung pangatlo. Pang-apat, ano ang dapat na isubmit through electronic means is the APCPI or the Agency Procurement Compliance and Performance Indicator. Meron pong downloadable na APCPI sa GPPB website. Meron din pong modules ang GPPB on this, no? So siguro sa subsequent training, no, pwede natin itong matake na module, itong APCPI. So kailan po ito sinasubmit? Actually, yung APCPI, kinakandak natin yan yearly. So covering the period of the previous year, we conduct it on the first quarter. That's why the submission also, first quarter of the following year. So the submission requirement must also be made not later than March 31 of the following year. So apat, ayan, na-mention ko na apat. Now, paano ba yung submission requirement? Ang submission will be in the form of Excel or PDF. And PDF, hindi po or. And po yan. Bakit kailangan may PDF? Yung PDF kasi hindi pwedeng baguhin. Yung Excel pwedeng mabago, di ba? So to counter-check the information, we use the PDF kasi hindi nababago yung PDF. So the Excel file and the PDF file of the reports I mentioned except the APCPI. Kasi yung APCPI, hindi po ano yon, PMR only, not the APCPI. Kaya in-accept yung APCPI. Kasi the APCPI is an assessment tool. Hindi siya not really considered as a report but just an assessment result of the procurement practices of the LGU. So yung certification of posting to be signed by the BAC sec head will also be transmitted. Meron pong form niyan, downloadable din po. So, plus po yan, ha? Excel plus PDF plus certification of posting. Now, bakit kailangan mag-certify na na-post? Why? Because hindi na po ngayon ang mag-post ng inyong report, hindi na po gagawin ni GPPB. It is us. Kumbaga, the burden is now being shifted to the agencies insofar as the posting of the reports. Dati kasi pinopost yan ni GPPB sa kanilang website. Hindi na sila nagpo-post ngayon. Hindi na trabaho ni GPPB yan. Responsibility yan ng procuring entity, yung posting. So instead of GPPB posting it, magre-require na lang sila ng certification. Okay? So discontinuance of posting in the GPPB website na. So what the GPPB will post are the compliant agencies or LGUs. So if you visit the website, nandun yan sa kanilang website nakalagay sino yung nagko-comply ng posting requirement of the submission and posting requirements of the procurement reports. Now bakit ganon? Kasi yung kasing submission and posting requirements requirement yan or kailangan yan siya sa eligibility ng performance-based bonus, no? Ng national and to some LGUs, meron din ata, I think, may mga LGUs na nag-implement ng performance-based bonus. No? So kung ganon, listahan na lang ang kanilang pinapalabas at saka kung gusto nating i-validate kung na-comply ba ng agency na ito or ng LGU na ito yung kanyang submission and posting, check lang natin doon sa listahan. Okay? But if you want to secure a copy of the reports, you can check it with the agency website. Okay? So with that, basically yan po yung end ng aking presentation. So I will accommodate yung pong lahat ng mga nagtanong sa atin pong anong tawag nito? Ng atin pong nandun sa chat box na mga tanong. Okay? And mamaya later on, baka may gustong mag-live question. I can also accommodate those questions. Okay? Sige. Thank you, Monique. Nag-stop share na ako para pwede kang mag-ano sa mga tanong. Pwede i-flash sa screen.
Yes, sir. All right, that ends our discussion proper. Again, that was Director Mark Louis Martin of the Department of Budget and Management, Regional Office 9. And again, thank you very much for leading a very in-depth and detailed discussion po, on procurement planning and budget linkage, including early procurement activities. Talaga namang very evident, sir, kahit hindi tayo naka 100% po, majority of our Zoom participants, even our Facebook Live viewers got the correct answers. And by that, very evident po talaga na we had a very abundant learning session today. Again, we thank you very much, Director Martin. And of course, to our participants for actively participating in our knowledge check portions and in our entire discussion, thank you all very much. Now, Director Martin, would you like to have a short break po or diretso na po tayo sa open forum?
Diretso na tayo, ma'am.
Martin. And our first question is, in preparation of PPMP, is trust fund included?
In preparation of the PPMP, is the trust fund included? Yes. Regardless of funding source po yun, no? Nakalagay po sa ating APP, di ba? Merong column doon on sources of funds, whether it's trust fund or it's coming from a foreign assisted project that is still to be included, no? Yun. Parang nag-freeze. Ma'am Monique, am I still clear? Yun, wala.
Yes, sir.
Clear ba ako? Parang nag-freeze
Yes,
ako.
po.
So,
Clear naman,
included
sir.
po kahit nasa trust fund, no? Kasi kapag ka nasa trust fund, ang tanong ko dyan, pinoprocure nyo po ba yan? The answer is yes, di ba? So again, included siya dapat sa PPMP and APP. Kasi no procurement shall be undertaken unless it is in accordance with the approved annual procurement plan. Nasa section 7.2. Okay? Sige. Next, please.
All right, thank you very much, Director Martin. For our second question, is it appropriate to include the projects or programs contained in continuing funds and trust funds in the updated APP?
Yes, kapag ka hindi ito natuloy, no? For example, meron kayong continuing appropriations, no? Na hindi nyo na-procure. Okay? So po pwede nyo pong i-include yan sa inyong pong updated na APP. Kasi magbabago po yung maaaring timelines ninyo, di po ba? So hindi nyo kasi yan na-procure sa previous years. For example, continuing appropriations or trust funds siya that just recently came in to your possession. So and therefore, it should be included. Kasi we go back again to section 7.2 that all procurement shall be in accordance with the approved annual procurement plan. Okay? Yeah.
Moving forward to our third question. Who is responsible for submitting APP CSE to DBM?
Hindi po DBM, ha? I will clear it, no? Hindi po sa DBM. Hindi po kayo nagsasubmit sa DBM, no? It's the procurement service. Although, nakadikit nga yung pangalan ng DBM. It's a separate agency, ha? Hindi po DBM. Iba po yung DBM sa procurement service DBM. Okay, iba po yun sila. Nakadikit lang nga yung pangalan namin doon because they're under the supervision of the department. But that is a separate office, no? So the submission is to be made sa procurement service, no? Now, ang tanong, klaro na yun, no? Klaro na yun. Ang tanong, sino bang responsable? Ay, di siyempre si Bids and Awards Committee. Sino ba ang nagpe-prepare niyan? Si Bids and Awards Committee. Okay? Of course, yung procuring entity, no? Ang gumagawa talaga, nagko-consolidate niyan, the PPMP is the Bids and Awards Committee. Okay? Pero normally, di ba, ginagawa nating member yung ating supply officer. I think ang patutunguhan ng tanong ito, supply officer eh. Tinuturo natin si supply officer. But again, ginagawa nating member si supply officer sa ating back or ginagawa ba natin siyang member sa technical working group, no? Or sa BACSEC na maaaring tumulong. But still, the output is that of the procuring entity, which under the rules, trabaho po ng Bids and Awards Committee. Okay? Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Moving forward to our fourth question. What will happen, sir, if there was changes in the budget appropriation?
I think nasagot ko na ito, no? Nasagot ko na ito kanina. Na kapag ka na-zero out yung budget or kapag ka na-reduce pagdating sa approval, hindi tayo mag-award. So what will happen is there will be a declaration of the failure of bidding. Okay? Kung na-reduce lang yung amount, pwede po siyang mag-rebid at the reduced level. Pero kung nawala talaga, nawala yung budget, so failure bidding, and then we will return or refund the bid docs fee that was paid by the bidder to us. No? So yun. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. For our fifth question, in the conduct of EPA, is there a fee for the issued bidding documents?
Yes, the answer is yes, of course. Kasi kapag ka-EPA, tapos you conducted it under public bidding. Kung public bidding, isa yan sa mga instances na po pwede tayong mag-claim ng honorarium. Ano yung magiging source ng honorarium natin? So pwede, no? But take note only in those instances that would allow us yung pong to claim yung pong honorarium, no? Yung pong competitive bidding, limited source bidding, and I think it's two failed bidding. No? Yeah. So pwede tayong mag-claim. Pwede tayong hingi ng fee. Okay? Yan. Sige.
Thank you, sir. Moving forward to our sixth question. Our registered coordinator has resigned last 2018, and her replacement cannot upload the APP CSE. How can we solve this problem, sir? What should we do?
Okay, ang gawin nyo po, coordinate with the procurement service kasi yung portal on the submission of the APP CSE, ang nag-administer niyan is the procurement service. Okay? So, or you might coordinate with them and merong account kasi yan may account na per agency, no? So, might as well secure the details, no? Account details of your office. And kung naging inactive man yun siya, then ipa-activate nyo para you can use that account details again. Or you might as well create another account, coordinate with the procurement service for the purpose. Okay, so yun po yung ma-advise namin kasi procedural na ito, yung uploading, no? So there's a portal and the portal is being administered by the PS. So pwede tayong mag-coordinate sa kanila.
It's more of a system or a
Yes.
technical issue po on the system. So moving forward po to the seventh question. Sir, yung nag-procure po ba ng meals for any activities within the year can be done through early procurement.
Ng meals for any activities. Now, tandaan po natin, no? And then later on, delivery schedule na lang. Okay, so you have one line item for procurement of catering services. You can procure that, no? You can procure that through EPA. Kung talagang makikita natin na yung buo ay lumagpas-lagpas na doon sa threshold ng LGU, pwede nating i-conduct through early procurement. But yung pinaka-main consideration ko lang is ito. Kasi ito ay meals, no? Prices could vary, no? Yung fixed price rule natin, take note of that, no? Baka maaring pagdating ng actual implementation, iba na po yung presyo niyan, no? So I might suggest that the procuring entity to consider itong ating pong procurement of meals be done on a per activity basis. Kasi kung ilalap mo siya, for example, ito ibang activity design, but still you procure the same yung meals and so on, you can package it into by per activity. So you can do that next year. Perhaps you can do on through small value procurement. Kasi ang hirap niyan, di mo pa alam kung kailan, saan, yung mga ganong bagay ba? So there are ang daming variables that are unknown to you. So and therefore, mas magandang i-advise ko diyan sa procuring entity. Diba? Meals, marami kang sa meals. Pero yung meals mo, ang daming activities nun. Iba-ibang training design. Diba? So, pwede mong i-package yung procurement by training design. Separate procurement, pwede gawing ganon. Hindi po yun considered as splitting of contract. Hindi yun siya considered as splitting of contract. So, ayun lang. Para sa akin, no? If you want to do it early procurement through public bidding, you can do it. Wala naman pong problema doon. Pero yun lang, yung mga considerations na ganon should be clear to the procuring entity. And make sure na, yun nga, yung mga considerations like when, where, and then yung price talaga, malaking bagay yun. It's possible na like prices of pork now is rising na naman. So again, no, there's a possibility na walang bidder na mag-bid niyan. Yun lang yung ano ko doon. But if you'll ask me if that can be done through early procurement, yes, you can do that. No? Wala namang problema. Through competitive bidding. Okay? Except for the exceptions, ha? Hindi pwedeng doon sa exceptions. Okay. Sige.
All right. Thank you very much, Director. I think we still have our last question. Sino po ang mag-prepare ng technical specifications for the items na ilalagay sa PPMP?
I think sinagot ko na to kanina. Ulit-ulit ko na sinasabi ito. Di ba si end user? Di ba si end user ang gagawa? Yung tech specs? Yun, di ba? Yung procurement paradigm natin, very clear doon. Yung identification, sino po ba ang responsible? Di ba si end user? So yun. So si end user po. Pero pwede pong tumulong si technical working group. Kasi nga, karamihan sa end user, wala naman talagang like IT equipment. So kailangan natin ng technical working group. Tumulungan nyo kami kasi wala kaming alam. As well, the BAC can also help in the finalization of the technical specs. Initial specification, it's the end user because the end user stands to benefit the procurement transaction. Tandaan po natin yan. Okay? Yan.
All right. Thank you very much, Director Martin. I believe that was our last question po. No? Thank you very much, Director Mark Louis Martin. If you have more questions, you may still ask them out by visiting slido.com. All you have to do is to just type in the event code #governmentprocurementph, to which the GPPBTSO will answer a comprehensive discussion on the importance and fundamentals of procurement planning. We also highlighted the basic principles and the vital role of market research in procurement planning. We also had a profound discussion on project procurement management plan and annual procurement plan, where we had a deep dive on the guidelines in the preparation of the said procurement documents. We also had an in-depth discussion on the scope and applications of the conduct of early procurement activities, led by none other than our resource speaker, Director Mark Louis Martin. Once again, we do hope that you were all able to have a deep dive on our today's learning session on procurement planning and budget linkage, including early procurement activities. For the final important reminders, again, we would like to remind our participants we can start on time. Also, please be advised that we should be using the Zoom platform, which credentials are provided by the event secretariats. For concerns and other matters relative to our program, you may directly coordinate with Ms. Jocelyn Deslig and Mr. Marky Duetas, or any of our GPP BTSO secretariat. Finally, may we request everyone to please switch on their cameras to commemorate this learning session with Director Mark Louis Martin. Again, we shall be having a 3 shots po. In my count, ayan. Bukas na po ba ang ating pong cameras? I will be just quickly browsing through my Zoom screen. Thank you very much po for those who opened their cameras. Let's have our first shot po. Ready, 1, 2, and 3. For our second shot, ready, 1, 2, and 3. For our final shot, ready, 1, 2, and 3. That is it. That concludes the second day of the online training for the municipal local government units on government procurement policy, Government Procurement Reform Act, or the Republic Act number 9184 and its 2016 revised implementing rules and regulations, batch 9. On behalf of the Government Procurement Policy Board Technical Support Office, this has been your facilitator, Monica Marie Sevilla. Thank you all very much, and mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, RD Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.